Can you hear me now? The mic was weirdly disconnected. I don't know why. It said it's on default, but I guess it just was like, no, today. Okay, you can still hear me. Okay, that was weird. I had this nice intro too. Gosh dang it. I was doing so well. I had the story going. I had a nice intro. I decided to be more than just a hi for once, and it's muted. Whatever, we're shiny hunting today. It's the first day of spring. We're gonna get the shiny turtle. We're gonna do what we can. I love how everyone's like, yeah, yes, hello. I can't stay super long, but I want to say hi. Thank you so much, Signwood. But anyway, I'm back. I was sick. It was basically a nasty mess of a regular head cold plus like a health condition of mine that decided to act up at the same time. It was not fun. That's the moral of the story. But I'm okay. I'm alive. I'm here. Next week, I will try. I probably won't stream tomorrow because I do have plans tomorrow. But I don't know about Saturday either or Sunday. Monday I probably will stream, and I'll probably stream Tuesday, and I'll probably just stream Monday and Tuesday because I have a family member next week who's getting surgery, so I don't know how streams are gonna work aside from Monday and Tuesday. So I'm gonna wing it. So, but I also have been busy, aside from being sick, I've been busy with several comms that I've been getting. So I've been doing a lot of art. So this is a nice little break from art for once. So I was gonna do it, this stream on the St. Patrick's Day as well, but I got busy, so I couldn't do that. So, but I was able to still stream today. So yeah, bit of a crazy day still though. I got my taxes done this weekend, so that's kind of nice. Not fun, but it was nice. I got it done, so it's nice that it's done. So, but yeah, it's been a week. I pretty much had a great birthday, a great after birthday day, but I was working on like comm the day after, and I was like just working on that, but I'm still enjoying the day. And then it's like went all downhill from there. But it's okay. So, but yeah, I hope you all are having a good day. We're gonna find a shiny turtle today. I am determined. I've been watching videos of other people getting it. It kind of is crazy, the ranges. Some people get, like a lot of people get it under 1,000, so that gives me some hope. However, there's one person that took 2 years and they got it in like 3,168 encounters or something crazy, and I was like, oh, let's hope not, because I really don't want to do that. So yeah, we're gonna do our best, and we're gonna try and get a shiny of a turtwig variety. Of the twig variety. I'm playing on a different controller today, so it's like weird because the buttons are in different places. So it's like giving me a minute to like readjust. But I got it. I don't usually plug my throne, but I did update my throne with a few things. There's a hand cam camera that I put on there that I would like to use in the future for hand cam streams. So if anyone's interested in that, it's in the throne. So, but yeah, I do want to do an art stream again with you guys soon. I have several ideas that I've been cooking, but I've been so busy with comms that I haven't been able to do any of my own art. And I actually, for once, want to draw my model. I'm going to be 100% honest. I haven't drawn this character design that I made since drawing my model. Like, I've only drawn my model with this character design, basically, and the reference sheet. That's pretty much all I did with it because I was so burnt out from the 9 months working on this model. I did not want to draw it again for a little while, but I'm really excited to draw it again. So I want to do some things. I want to make an illustration, but I want to make like, you know, I'm pretty sure you guys know what I'm talking about, but you know the like gamer subs like waifu cup kind of illustrations where it's like one color in the background and or maybe 1 or 2 colors, and then it's like black and white and with like the speckled kind of manga look design on it, and you know, it's like see-through, so it's like the color, the one color is supposed to be like the drink color. Like I want to experiment with that kind of style. I've been thinking about it for a while and I was like, I want to do that. I don't think I'll probably get partner with gamer subs or any kind of drink like that probably for a while because I'm still growing. But I do want to experiment with that style because it looks like fun and I want to play with it. So, especially since it could be good practice for later if I do get partnered with them. So, yeah. But, in that similar note, we've been growing a lot, actually. We're 2 followers away on Twitch from being at 250 followers on Twitch, which is a crazy milestone, which I'm really happy about. And then we are also 2 followers away from 135 on my YouTube main channel, which makes me really excited as well. We're also 2 followers away from 60 in the VODs channel, which is crazy to me that the VODs channel is actually doing as well as it is. But people like it, so I'm very happy. If you're watching this from the VOD, I appreciate all of you who comment or say hi or just watch the VOD in general. I appreciate all of you. You are so sweet for taking the time out of your day just to watch me play Pokemon or whatever the heck I'm doing. So I appreciate it. So thank you so much. But yeah, so I'm really happy that I'm growing. Like, even if it's like, some people say like, well, it's slow. And I'm like, yeah, it is. I'm not going to just jump and get to 1,000 followers like out of nowhere. And I'm aware of that. I want to continue to keep growing and work my way up. Like, I'm not someone who's probably going to like aim for the top, because I explained this to an IRL friend the other day. I'm not someone, like, if, let's say you're on stage, I'm not someone who wants to be the center spotlight. Like, I don't want to be the center of attention. But, like, unless it's in, like, my own space, that makes sense. Like, in my own streams and in my own, like, Discords and stuff like that, then, yeah, I want to be the center of attention because it's my stuff. But, like, in general, as, like, a populace, like, in terms of VTubing in general, I don't really want to be the center of attention. I'd rather be, like, in the spotlight, but, like, off to the side. Like, imagine, like, a dance or ballet or something. I guess it's a good example. I don't want to be the one in the center. I want to be one, like, off to the left or off to the right, just a little bit. Like, I'm still there. I'm still recognized. I want to be, like, recognized. Like, when people see my model and stuff, and be like, oh, that's, like, Kate, whatever. But I don't want to be, like, the center of attention. Like, that's just how I am. Like, I don't want to be forgotten, but I don't want to be oversaturated, I guess is a good way to say it. If that makes sense. Like, yeah, I don't know. It's hard to describe, so I hope you know what I'm talking about. But yeah, I like to work my way up, and I'm okay with that. I'm not someone who's like wants to be on the news like she suddenly jumped like 1,000 followers in like one day. Like nah. Now if that does happen, first of all I'll be concerned because I'm like, what did I do? What did I say? But if not, then I'll be like, if it's like something good, then obviously yes, like I'll appreciate it. But I'm blabbing, but hi Fang. The hunt is going. We are at 282. We're rolling through the encounters. I want to get to at least 300, but I want to see how far we can get today. Maybe we can get to 350. I don't know. We'll see. I brought hydration today so I can properly hydrate because I am a smart streamer. It's actually warm in the basement today where I'm streaming, so I don't actually have my blanket on for once. Hydration is important for sure. I always forget my drink upstairs. Like, I'm going downstairs to like stream and I always forget it. I always do. And I'm like, why do I always forget that? And then someone would use hydrate and I'm like, oh, I forgot. Yeah, I am pretty bad. See, for me, I am not really good at just like hydrating unless I'm like walking past the kitchen and then I'm like, all right, I'll grab a drink, you know? Otherwise, I forget about it, which is not really good, but yeah. Sometimes I forget to hydrate even when I have water within reach. I mean, I forget a lot actually when I even have it. Like, I have a cup holder on my desk. So like, I have it right there, but sometimes I forget it's there. Like, I have it there, especially when I'm drawing. I'm just in the zone. Next thing I know, I look at the time and it's like, oh, an hour's passed. That's why I like having like background noise. Like, I've been watching Apothecary Diaries like 3 to 4 times now. Like, it's been on my second monitor, and they've just been playing through the episodes while I'm doing like commissions and stuff. And it's like, it helps you, like, you look at the like what episode you're on, you're like, oh, it's episode 8. I've been here for 4 hours. So, but it's a good reminder to be like, hey, I should probably get something to drink, get something to eat, and probably stretch, you know? But, yeah. It's also good just to take a break from looking at it all day. And, like, because sometimes you, like, start hating it, and you're like, oh, this is awful, this is really bad. And then you come back, like, a couple hours later or the next day, and you're like, actually, this is really good. What am I talking about? So yeah, sometimes you just never know. But I've also recently, I've been trying to be more active on Twitter for you guys too, because I want to be able to, you know, still be like around for you guys to interact with, even while I'm like not actually streaming. So I should probably try and get into the habit of hydrating between episodes and YouTube videos. Yeah, I get that. But sometimes, like, when you, especially YouTube is harder because you're watching either shorts or you're watching, like, shorter videos, like maybe a 2-minute video. You're not going to remember to hydrate between the 2-minute videos because then you're going to think, like, oh, well, it's just a 2-minute video. I don't need to do that. But then you're going to say that for every video after, and you're going to forget about it. So it's a lot harder. Between, like, anime or even just like TV show episodes, they're usually like 30 to 40 minutes, some maybe being 90 minutes, so they're usually, or even 20 minutes, they're usually like a set time depending on what series it is, so it's easy to keep track of and be like, oh, okay, well, I haven't had a drink after this, blah blah blah, you know. Also, I feel like not with YouTube videos, but with like shows themselves, it's a lot easier to snack. Like, just think of snacking and eating or even drinking with the something like that playing. Like, when you're watching YouTube videos, you don't really think about that as often, but like when you're like watching and like sitting down and devoting your time to like watch a show or a movie, then it's like, oh, okay, I need to like eat something or hydrate or whatever. It's a lot easier, I think, to remember. Because you think of like movie night or whatever, and you just gotta like get popcorn or something. So I think it's like easier that way. I thought I dropped something, but I did not. Oh, that's what I was gonna do. I forgot what I was gonna do. Huh. Bam, 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 bam. Bam. Turd twig. So I found out something recently, that there's headphones that they make that are like like open back headphones where it's like you can still be, it's not like noise cancellation. Like they actually like allow background noise. Like, and I'm like thinking about that and I'm like, that would be really cool though. Because I'm someone who doesn't like noise canceling headphones completely. I like to be able to hear like what's going on behind me. Because I don't know, I just, something I'm used to is I just like the background noise, and I like to be able to be aware, especially if I'm like at home alone or someone knocks on the door or something, you know? So, I don't know. It's interesting. Completely understandable. Most of the time when I watch YouTube videos, I'm watching like 1 times. Are you serious? You're one of those people. When I speed or 2 times speed, depends on the length of the video, how much time I'm willing to spend on it. That's insane. I always watch it at normal speed. Like, I think it's like, because the voices sound weird. Like, I always watch it normally. Like, I just take my time. I usually, especially with like anime, I will always watch the dubs when I'm working because I'm not, you know, actively looking at it and I don't know Japanese, at least not yet. So, it's, something that I just like. I've grown to appreciate dubs from that. I think dubs are good. I think a lot of people think that just dubs are bad, and there are some not so great dubs, I will say, but a lot of them are pretty good. And Apothecary Diaries is like really nice, and I've been really enjoying it. So I will not complain there. It's really good. Also, while I was sick in bed because I literally could not sleep either, I was reading ahead on Apothecary Diaries manga. First of all, okay, so I looked up on Google, like, cause I like to like pick up where I left off from like the anime rather than start from the beginning. So I looked up at Google what chapter the season 2 ends on, cause I wanted to keep season 2 as a surprise, and like with the rest of the episodes coming out, and then I wanted to like just continue on for like whatever's after. Even if it means like missing some of the information, I was like, yeah, I'll just do that. So I Googled it, and it says season 2 will end at chapter 96. Oh no, it says season 2 ends at chapter 60, but we recommend starting at chapter 96. Now, in hindsight, I had no idea what that meant, and I was very confused. But what they meant was it currently ends at 60. And 96 will be where season 2 ends. And I was like, I didn't realize that until after I read everything. So I read from 60. So I do know what the next episode's gonna be like. But here's the other thing. I couldn't have read from 96 anyway because the English like translation of the manga ends at 78. So I can't even read the end of season 2 anyway. So I still didn't spoil myself completely. I spoiled maybe the next like 3 episodes and that's it. I really didn't get that far. But it was good, and I enjoyed it. So, if I had more room in my household, in my bookshelf, then I would totally buy all of the Apothecary Diaries manga, but I don't. I barely had room for the free read manga. I don't have room for any more copies. So. But I do enjoy, I have been enjoying both Apothecary Diaries and Free Run are my top 2 shows right now. I think Free Run's definitely number 1 and Apothecary Diaries is number 2, but like I'm really into it. It's really good. It got me hooked. I've gotten used to it a lot of times when I watch a normal speed these days. It feels like they talk slow. That's weird because like they're talking normally. So like if you're in like interacting with people in real life, that means you think real life people talk too slow. Do you know what I mean? It's just that's not a healthy way to train your brain. Like that means you're gonna watch like movies and stuff at like 1 to 2 times speed. Like, oh my gosh, that would do things to my brain that I would not be excited about. Ugh. Ugh. Pop pop poppity poppity pop. Poppity keep it up. Boop boop boop. Shining turd twig. Boop boop boop. Shining turd twig. Oh, I also probably will do this in April because of how busy next week will be. But I do want to do a stream where I finish Pokemon Violet with you guys. I technically haven't finished it yet, and I want to finish it. So I think I will do a stream or two finishing Pokemon Violet with you guys. So, and then I want to do some Violet hunting, like shiny hunting. I've been watching a lot of like Pokemon Violet shiny hunting videos and streams, and I'm like, I wanna do some. So once I finish the Turtwig, we will probably do some of that, or probably just in between the Turtwig. Let's be honest here. But we're gonna finish it today. We gotta be determined. We're gonna finish it today. It's gonna happen. No, I watch anime at normal speed. I think it's just because how slow some games are. Playing it feels fresh to me. Let's see. Shiny hunting is probably can be fun for sure. It is a lot of fun. I've done it with Megan a few times, and it's a lot of fun. Okay, I will say, I don't know how some of those streamers get like 100 or so like Herba Mystica, because I can't seem to get squat. So I know there's other ways you can shiny hunt without the Herba Mystica, but like it's just entirely painful for me. Maybe I'll do a stream where I like do raids with you guys. But if I do that, I will make sure I'll make it a community event in the Discord, and I'll make sure you guys know ahead of time, so then you guys can interact with it. Because I'll put the code probably in the Discord only, so that we don't have random people in chat taking up the spaces. But yeah, make it fun for everybody. But that's something we can do in the future. Right now, we are going to get this turtle. We're going to get this turtle. We are going to get this turtle. It's going to happen. We're going to get this turtle. This turtle. This turtle. We're going to get this turtle. We're going to get it today. We're going to get this turtle. We have to believe. We're going to get this turtle. It's going to happen. We're going to get the turtle. You mean they'll use those online bar raids if you channels host? Yeah, I don't know. The bots have been awful lately. Like Automod's not even getting them like lately. It's like crazy. Like I don't know how we can like upgrade Automod, because they're like, I didn't used to get a lot of these, but now I've been getting them a lot lately, and it's just like kind of annoying. It's like, okay, go away, bye. So I don't know, just kind of annoying, but is what it is. Poppy 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 leepy pee poppy leepy poppy pee pee poppy pee 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 pop. Bum 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 bum. So I've seen a lot of people playing Repo lately. If anyone in chat has played Repo before, let me know. Is it a good game? Like, I'm thinking about it, but I'm unsure about it. So, firstly, I don't know how much it is on Steam, so I'll have to look that up. But also, in general, I'm not a big horror person, but if it's like Lethal Company, I probably can be fine. Because Lethal Company is the one game where, aside from some of the bugs, I'm pretty good with like the monsters and stuff. Mostly because they kill you so fast that you don't see them anyway. But I scream like a little girl. You can watch the Lethal Company VOD. So haven't even looked into it. I've heard it's pretty good. I only know of like the models, and I've seen some of like the Repo, like some videos of Repo, but I never see the monsters or what kills them or how they die. I just see that they can hover things with some kind of hand powers or whatever, and so I don't know, but it confuses me. I don't really understand. It's something I think from what I know, they have these weird little avatars that can hover things that they're supposed to collect, junk, like kind of like Lethal Company, but you can hit them on enemies or even allies, and they can lose their value from that. So you have to be careful of that because of that. So I don't know. That's all I know, though. I know there's some monsters, but I don't know anything about the monsters. Also, you could apparently go into the floor. I don't know. I'm interested, but I'm like wanting to know more because I don't understand everything about it just yet. But I do want to do another stream with Panna and Megan. We've been talking about something like that soon, so we got a few ideas in the works. I think it'll be lots of fun. Beep beep, ba ba beep beep, ba beep beep, ba beep 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 pa. But I'm excited for more Pokemon news in the future. They've already announced that pre-orders, if anyone pre-orders the Legends EA, they get a bonus of 3 plushies of Turtwig, Cyndaquil. It's not Cyndaquil. Not Turtwig. What? I'm getting confused. Of Totodile, Chikorita, and Tepig. I'm looking for more ZA info. Yeah, I think it's going to be May, or maybe even end of April. I don't think they'll do it before Easter. I feel like it'll be after Easter or in May. Because with Legends Arceus, they gave news about every couple months, and it was usually about a new form or a new mechanic. They didn't really have... they had like... They had another game trailer in July for Legends Arceus, but it was more showing off the noble Pokemon, but it showed gameplay with it. So I don't know if that will be the same here. I know people are like, oh, show the starter final forms or show some legendary new forms or whatever. I'm going to tell you right now, they're never going to show that. Not at least until after the game's been released, because that's just what they have always done. So... it's just, they're gonna spoil that, because that's what you're going into the game for. You're interested about that kind of stuff. So they're not gonna spoil that until after the game is released. So, if anything, it'll be like new megas. Like, maybe make them Flygon. That would be probably something they probably would do if they decided to do it. Which would be good, because the amount of people that would tune in for that would be crazy. And the amount of the people, like the reviews for it would be insane. So... I'm sure people would be ecstatic about anything like that. They'll probably do like other megas, I think, maybe even other forms, which would be cool. I do hope they have a couple new forms or new Pokemon just to like spice it up a little bit. I know it's in the future, but it would still be cool. So I think it'd be interesting. What kind of megas are you hoping they add? I mean, I don't really have anything in particular from Kalos that I'm like, oh, this needs a mega, or like this Pokemon in general just needs a mega. Like, I'm not really into that. I mean, I'd be interested in a Mega Flygon. I'm not going to be heartbroken if it's not there, because I'm just indifferent about it. I want to see new megas in general, though. I would kind of be disappointed, though, if they did just megas to the starters. I want new forms for the starters, because, as I've probably said before, with new forms, they're around all the time. You get to see the new form all the time when the Pokemon's used. With megas, it's only like when you activate it. And sometimes I forget to activate it. Or if like it just kind of, you don't want to activate it like every single battle. So it'd be cool if they had like forms. I wouldn't be heartbroken if the new starters have just new forms, but not megas. I think it'd be cooler if they did just new forms for the starters, and then for the original Kalos starters did megas. That could be cool, but we'll see what they do. I don't know about new forms for Zygarde and Xerneas, though. because I don't see a reason for them to have a new form. Like, for Dialga and Palkia, it made sense because Garantia already had its other form, and the other two didn't, and they were like the creation trio, and they're like above a lot of the others in terms of like the hierarchy of Pokemon. So it would be weird if like Groudon and Kyogre had like these origin forms, and whoever else had a new form or Mega, and like Mewtwo had a Mega or whatever, but like the creation trio doesn't have anything. Now Garantia already had its other form, so we were totally fine with that. But Dialga and Palkia didn't. And people were thinking Arceus was gonna get one. Arceus doesn't need it. It's supposed to be the perfect being, so it didn't need it, and I didn't get it, so I was totally fine with that. But Dialga and Palkia definitely needed something, and they knew that, so they gave it something. Especially since there was technically a primal Dialga with from Mystery Dungeon, so I knew that was coming. For ZA, I don't really see a reason for Xerneas and Yveltal to get a new form. Will they probably do it anyway? Probably. Would I be disappointed? Probably not. But like, I don't really see like a reason for it unless they make a new reason with the story, which would be cool. I'm really interested for the story of ZA, because the story lately in Pokemon games has been really good. And personally, I think Kalos is one of the most, like the original X and Y is one of the most boring stories in all of Pokemon. And I think a lot of people know that. Like, the gameplay was fun, the music was fun, like, the game itself was good. The story of the game was completely boring. I don't remember, like, anything of it. And I'm even replaying it. Like, it's just, like, it's so forgettable. I'm hoping that they refresh Kalos by doing something new with it, with the story. And I'm really excited for them to do something with it. So that makes me excited. And I know a lot of people are not into, like, the whole city vibe, because people were more interested in Legends Arceus because of the whole survival aspect. Well, this is more like relaxing and going shopping, blah, blah, blah. In their eyes, I think there's going to be a twist to it. I don't think it's going to be that on the surface. And I think that's what's going to make it interesting, is what they're going to do with the twist. So, I'm excited to see what they do. Also, if, like, Lysander is, like, alive, or, like, we get his, like, son or whatever, I think that'd be really funny or really interesting. So, it could be, like, the whole, like, Emperor Palpatine thing, where, like, we thought he's dead. He should be dead. But he's not. Didn't see a body. He ain't dead. You know? So. A lot of speculation videos I watched talked about how they're expecting the ZI starters to get new forms and the Kalos starters to get Megas. Yeah, I think that's just what people are hoping for more than anything. And it would make sense for them to do that. Will they do it? We'll find out. So, we'll have to wait and see. But time will only tell. But we'll be happy with any news we get at all. So I'm not picky. Whatever they give us, I'll probably be happy with it. I mean, there's like, I don't know, a lot of the Pokemon in Kalos is very forgettable too. So I do hope they kind of shine more light. The other thing that I think was not so great in X and Y is they didn't shine a lot of love. They didn't show a lot of love to the Kalos specific Pokemon. Aside from obviously the legendaries and the starters, there was a lot of the Kalos Pokemon very forgettable. Aside from maybe Talonflame, because Talonflame was really popular back then. And the Megas. Because I think the Megas did do well, and I don't think they overshined the Kalos Pokemon. I think the fact that there just was so little Kalos Pokemon, and some of them were just really hard to find. So it was interesting, especially since the generation before Unova was all about how it's a region very separated from the others, so it's really hard to see other Pokemon other than Unova Pokemon. So it got people a lot more attention to the Unova Pokemon. But Kalos did the opposite, where there was a lot more other Pokemon than Unova Pokemon. And because of that, a lot of the Kalos Pokemon are kind of forgettable. And I hope they really bring more love to them and make them shine more. So I'm really hoping that Kalos just gets more love. Like, And I know people were like, oh, Pokemon Z could have been cool. They canceled it, and I think they canceled it for a good reason, because ZA will probably do what Z would never be able to do. Maybe the reason Talonflame was popular because its ability, yeah. It was Gale Wings was really broken in Gen 6. But it was still fun. But I just want Chikorita to be actually good. Personally, here's my thing. I love Chikorita. I love Bayleaf, I love Meganium. I've always kind of loved it. I think what a lot of people don't like about it is the fact that it was not really, it's just like kind of Decidueye, it wasn't really built for its region. It's kind of at a disadvantage because grass is not one of the strongest types, and it didn't get a secondary type like Decidueye did. But a lot of the gyms are strong against Chikorita and its line. So, and it didn't have a lot of moves back then in Gen 2. Even in Gen 4, it didn't have like enough that it needed. So it wasn't great. It was really kind of like a challenge mode. But I think some people are like, oh, the design's not that good. I think the design's fine. I think it's cute. It's a cute little dinosaur. And I like that. But a lot of people don't like the Pokemon. I think it's perfectly fine. I think the fairy typing added to it would be really cool. And I'd be really happy if they did something like that. I'm all for Chikorita getting a buff. And if it turns out really cool, I probably will pick Chikorita. Right now I'm picking Totodile because I really like Totodile. But maybe I'll pick Chikorita. Or maybe I'll play it again and pick Chikorita. I don't know. But yeah. Main Kalos people actually remember are the starter trio, pair of legendaries, Aegis Slash, Talonflame, but everything else is always forgotten. Yeah. The other one I can think of is the Flabebe line, because I liked all the flowers and the different colors. Though I wasn't really a big fan of Florges. Something about it just didn't look right to me. So maybe they can do a mega on that or something. I would hope they would get more Kalos Mons get megas. I think that's what I'm hoping for. And not just the starters and maybe the legendaries and like the pseudo legendaries. Like I'm hoping like other regular Mons get it. So, you know. Yeah, I like Chikorita. It's a good design. So, hoping we actually get an Eternal Flower Float in this game. Here's my thing. There's not a reason to do that, but someone did mention on Twitter, and I think this is a good point, that AZ is immortal. He can just lend Float to you for a couple years and then come pick her up at your grave, you know? Like, he can just do that. Like, but I think it would be cool, but I think it'd be more cool if, like, Eternal Flower Float had, like, an egg or something, and we got to keep the egg, and then it was a new Eternal Flower Float kind of thing. So, because I feel like I just would feel bad. Kind of like how we took Ogerpon from, I don't even remember the kid's name. I don't remember the kid's name in Scarlet and Violet DLC, but we took Ogerpon from him, and it was really kind of sad, and I wanted to give it to him. Like, I don't break my heart like that again. Just let him keep his Float. Look how happy he is now with his Float. Like, let the man be happy. That would be a cool way of doing it. Kieran. There you go. Thank you. I don't even remember his sister's name. I was just like, the brother and sister, those guys. But yeah. Carmine. It was with, I was thinking it started with a C. But I was like, I don't think it starts with a C. But I think it does. But yeah, it is. Okay. Carmine. Kieran and Carmine. There you go. Thank you. But yeah, I think there's a lot of opportunity that they could do really well. Also, fun fact, Platinum was the last third game. They had Crystal, Emerald, and Platinum. Those are the only third games. Then they did the second games, which were Black and White 2 and Ultra Sun and Moon. And then they just started doing DLC. Personally, DLC is way better and the way to go. Now, I get they didn't have the technology for that back then, but now it is so much better than doing it because of one big reason. You don't have to replay the game, the same game, to get to the cool stuff at the end. I didn't really experience that when I first played Platinum because I played Platinum before playing Diamond and Pearl, and I didn't play Diamond and Pearl till years after, so it was just like a nostalgia fun playing through the game again. But when I played when I played Sun and Moon and then immediately played Ultra Sun and Moon on release, I wasn't already a fan of Sun and Moon because I didn't like the new, like I liked the gym battles, and even like with some of the other games like Legends Arceus, there was still something fun to do that wasn't just gym battles. But I didn't like the totems and the like weird island challenges. It just wasn't for me. And doing the whole game again just to get to some cool stuff at the end, I have still to this day never finished Ultra Moon because of that. Like, it just never was interesting to me. So I am glad that they moved to DLC because it's like one or two things that are different, and it's like aside from that, everything else is exactly the same. So I'm glad that they went to DLC because you can still have all the Pokemon you like did the adventure with and like raised and stuff, but you could just do more adventures with them. And I think that's really cool. So that's so funny. Moon was the first game I like 100% of the Pokedex and played it so much. I did finish Moon. I never finished Ultra Moon. I did enjoy Moon. It wasn't really my thing, but I still enjoyed it enough. But it wasn't enough for me to play it again. Like, it was that I still haven't finished Ultra Moon. Everyone's like, oh, the Ultra Wormholes are so much fun. I'm like, I come back every once in a while and try to play it a little more, and I get maybe a little bit further, but then I'm like burnt out, and I'm like, So, Little Sun even more. If I would say if you had to pick one of them, play Ultra Sun. However, here's my thing. With Black and White and Black and White 2, I never finished Black and White 2 either, actually. I did play that years later. But even then, I liked Black and White because Bianca, and Charon were good rivals. Now, Bianca maybe wasn't the best rival, but she was like the easy rival to still get a lot of XP from. And you got N, who was a really challenged one, and then Charon, who was like in the middle. But they all had good XP, so you had a good level up. Because back in the day, it was not as easy to level up your Pokemon in those gens. So having those like battles and rivals kept up your experience points to keep your team up to level, so you wouldn't have to grind for hours on end in like some random patch in the corner like of the city. So Black and White 2 didn't have that because they just had Hugo, and Hugo was just like Bianca or like maybe Charon sometimes. Like, he wasn't that great of a rival, so I was constantly spending hours grinding trying to get myself up to level because I was always behind. I had so much trouble on the 5th gym with not Cliff, whatever the really cool city with the cool music, like that, the guy in the hat, like the cowboy guy. I don't remember any of these names. Names are not my thing, but yeah, just I was not a fan of Black and White 2. I mean, there's a couple cool features they added in it, like the entertainment studio thing was fun and goofy. I tried to see if I could do all of them, but then there's just a lot. So that's plenty of like post game you can do, and it's fun and goofy. But like the legs and stuff is just so silly. But Pokestar Studios, I think is what it's called. Maybe I'm wrong. I don't know. Either way, there was some cool stuff about Black and White 2, don't get me wrong. But not a lot of stuff that I enjoyed. I think the surprises in Black and White and the original are way better. So personally, if you had to play like one or the other, like I have not played Emerald, so I can't say on Emerald and I can't say on Crystal. But play Platinum over Diamond and Pearl. Play Black and White over Black and White 2, and then play Ultra Sun and Moon over Sun and Moon. That's my take. So now most people disagree with the Black and White and Black and White 2, but I just had more fun with Black and White. Like, I thought the surprise at the end where N's castle just rises up in the back of the like Pokemon League was super cool. But I didn't think they had any, like, they had like the other thing about Black and White 2. You don't get any legendaries until post game. Like, none. You don't usually get like at least one, and it's always fun because of that, personally. But you didn't get anything until after. Like, you had to go find N and get like Reshiram or Zekrom, and then you had to go back and get Kyurem, and it was just like And then you had to get the DNA splicers. And it was just like... wasn't as fun for me. I like some surprises and changes. I know a lot of people don't like Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I loved Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. I think the legendary hunts were fun, first of all. I think the cool story, like animations and stuff in the game were super cool. And then another thing I liked was that you got like Latios and Latias super early. I think that was a cool way to do it, and I was really happy about that. And it really surprised me, and I was like, oh, that's cool. I get to have Latios and or Latias early. I always had Latios because I always played Omega Ruby. But I did get Alpha Sapphire recently, so I want to play through Alpha Sapphire. So I'm currently playing Alpha Sapphire. I love it. It's such a good game. I hope you enjoy it. Also, for legendary hunts, if you're trying to like shiny hunt or even just get like the legendaries, get Yuxi first if you can, because Yuxi has Yawn and is up like higher level with the other legendaries, and it has become my favorite of the lake spirits ever since that, because I had so much trouble getting some of the legendaries, but then I caught Yuxi, and then I was just using Yawn on all the like legendaries, and it made it so easy to catch them, and I was so happy as a kid being able to catch all these legendaries so easily, because I grew up with Platinum, and if you know anything, it is like torture trying to catch the legendaries in those old games. Like, you're grinding, like, just as much shiny hunting here just to try and get one of those legendaries. But they were a lot easier, a lot more, but they're still challenging, but they were a lot easier in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, and it still was fun, so. And I think the way you could, like, hunt them by flying with Latios and Latias was super cool. So, I really liked Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I just got Ultra Moon. I played Sun a few times, played Ultra Sun even more. Yeah, Ultra Sun is way better. Way better to go. Has everything original has to offer you, plus more. I've only played White 2 twice before. I ended up selling my copy of the OG White back in the day, so unfortunate. I'm currently playing Alpha Sapphire. Currently resetting for Latias. Oh, good luck! I hope you get the Latias. When I get far, once I beat this game, I want to reset for Latias and Garantina. After I get, like, the whole adventure done through. I want to get a shiny Latias. I've always kind of wanted one, but I do like the red on Latias. It's such a cherry red, and I like the original Latias a lot. Same with Latios. It's a nice, like, sky blue, but I do want to have a shiny of them at some point. So I do want to get some. So yeah, I definitely want to do some resets for Latias. But good luck. I hope you get your Latias. Do you have a counter? Or, like, do you know how many resets you're at? I hate this Latias hunt. It takes so long for resets to optimize. It would take about 3 minutes, 20 seconds. Oof. Are you doing the, oh, because it's Latias. You're doing the whole story to get up there, too. So that's why. Like, kind of like how I have all this cutscene here. You have, like, a lot. I have not been keeping count. I feel like, I will say, I've done a couple, like, shiny hunting before on my own, but I've always given up on them. I will say, keeping count is, like, good for my mental. Like, I know exactly how many it's been, and then it's, like, satisfying to know that I've done, like, a couple hundred, and it's not just me being crazy. Like, I've done a lot, you know? So, I kind of recommend, if you haven't started, like, just start doing it now. Like, because it's satisfying. So, I didn't mean to hit that button. Why did I hit the button? So, but good luck on your Latias hunt. I hope you get the Latias. You have to let me know when you get your gold Latias. Keep count is the opposite for me. Watching the number gets closer to odds would make me more likely to give up. I mean, I guess it's different for everybody. Well, you have also, like, I think, is it 4,000 or 8,000 for Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? Because if it's 8,000, then you have a while to get to odds, so I wouldn't be that worried. It's 4,000. It's still a lot, though, especially if you're doing a 3-minute reset. Like, mine's only, like, a minute and a half, or, like, minute 40. Like, bro just like I wouldn't worry about it too much. Because I remember when I first got BDSP, I do remember trying to reset for a shiny Piplup for a while, but then I ended up giving up on it and just getting it in Legends later. But yeah, I don't know. I will say, like, up until Gen 7, no, till Gen 8, I was always the stan of always keep your starter in the party, because it's like bad luck if you don't or whatever, and you just kind of feel bad. But like, I was not a fan of the Gen 8 starter final forms. Like, none of them really like spoke to me. They were all just like eh. So I wasn't really a big fan of them. Like, some of them, sometimes they were just not in the party. Gen 9, I was like eh for Meowscarter. I wasn't really a fan of Quackquavel. Also was like a mouthful to say. I did like Skeleturge though. I really did like Skeleturge. I really enjoyed Skeleturge. That was really cool. So I'm glad they did another bipedal beast like Pokemon. I want more of the beast like Pokemon. That's why I really like Torterra and a lot of the starters in like Gen 4 and back. I think they were cool. Actually, well, Gen 5 did that too, so Gen 5 and back. Gen 6 is where they was like, some of them were like, Did the math and rounding up to 1.5 minutes, it would take a whole 10 full 24-hour days worth of resets to get to odds. That's actually not horrible, I guess, but that's also full 24 hours, so that's probably double that, so it would take probably about a month to get the odds if you're doing at least like 12 hours or so a day. So a month or so. So yeah. 20 to 25 days or so. So yeah, close to a month. Depending on the month. So. But I believe in you. You got this. Started the hunt on the 8th of this month, so I'm getting close to odds. I see. I want the Turtwig. I want the shiny Turtwig. Please, 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 please. I'm closing my eyes. The shiny. I can't actually, like... Nah, it's not shiny. Dang it. It was a good try. It was a good try. We're at 300! Bop, bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Bop, 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 bop. Pa. It's so satisfying watching like little pops come from my model. It's just... My starter in Alpha Sapphire play 2 is Mudkip, and Mudkip's currently level 40. That's cool. I was not a Mudkip fan. Well, let me rephrase that. I was not a Swampert fan for the longest time. I liked Marshtomp and I liked Mudkip, but I just didn't like Swampert. The Mega definitely swayed me a little more to like Swampert more, but just... Nah. Like, I think Mudkip is adorable, and I love Mudkip, and Marshtomp is also very cute, but Swampert was just not it for me. The Mega Swampert is super cool, though, so I think the cool buff, like, Mega Swampert is pretty cool. So, I refuse to evolve this pink Mudkip. You got a shiny one, too? How many resets did that take, I wonder? Or how many days, at least? But that's cool, though. I want to get, at some point, I don't know how to do this, but I want to get a DS capture card, a 3DS capture card, so then I could play, like, Platinum, or, like legitimately, like, shiny hunt them for you guys. I think that would be super cool, but I have no idea how to do it. So, I want to, like, I don't know. I hope to one day maybe get more involved with, like, the shiny hunting streaming community. content creator community, and maybe I can like learn from them and be like, please teach me your ways. I want to know how to do this because I think it'd be cool. It took a few days, it'd be 3 to 4, I don't recall exactly, but that's still pretty cool. You have massive amounts of patience. The only reason I'm able to do this is because I'm doing it on stream and I'm just yapping while I'm doing it. I also think it was better to keep the stream tag as like just chatting, because it really is just chatting. It's not like I'm not actually playing the game. So I feel like it's wrong to put BDSP in like the category because I'm really just chatting. So, but I hope everyone's having a good time, having a pleasant night, and enjoying this yapathon here that we're just talking about Pokemon and me massively pressing buttons. So, you think I have patience? Trust me, I don't. I'm just ridiculously stubborn. I mean, that's probably fair. I feel like I don't have a lot of patience, but then there's times where I'm like very patient. And I think what I've learned in terms of patience is just the easiest way to be patient is to distract yourself. And this day and age, it's really easy to do that. So just distract myself with something else or some other project, and then next thing I know, it's like, oh, hey, you want to do this? And I'm like, or have this, here's this like comm that's done, or here's this, or what, I don't know. And it's like, oh, yay, I forgot about that, but I needed that, so thank you. So I feel like that's like the easiest way for like my brain to handle it, I guess. But I mean, I don't completely forget about it. Like I have it like in the back burner, but it's out in the forefront. My foot is falling asleep. My goodness. It's the best way to handle shiny hunting, especially with resets. Just have your mind on most something else while resetting the background. Yep, pretty much. You still have to pay attention somewhat to make sure you're not like skipping over it. Especially, I feel like in Scarlet and Violet, it's a lot harder to do that because you have to be like more laser focused on seeing the shiny rather than hearing it. But yeah. So. Also, I think I lost sound on my Switch capture for some reason. There we go. Now we can hear it a little bit. I don't want it to be completely muted. My sound settings got changed for some reason. That is weird. That should not be the case. But whatever. Yeah, with Scarlet Violet, you have 50% of your attention on it, possibly even more. Yeah, depending on the Pokemon, especially if it's like a subtle shiny. Like I did when they had like it was like a year ago, they had like a Flabébé event where they had like all the Flabébé forms shiny and like, well, not shiny, but in outbreaks. So I decided to shiny hunt all of them. I think I missed one of the colors, but I was able to get a lot of them, but I was only able to get them because I was just attacking them all, like every single one I could find, because I could not see at all. Like, I could barely see the Pokemon itself. I could not at all see if it was shiny or not. I think the only one I missed, I think, was white, I think, if I remember correctly. I'll have to look into it next time. It's on this Switch, so I can look at it maybe another time, but I've gotten a few shinies. I've also missed apparently a few somehow, but according to my trainer card. But I feel like that's a cruel feature to add. They take away the shiny sound, but then add in a feature in your trainer card to see how many you've seen, so it's how many you've missed. It's like, what? Flabébé's one mon I need to hunt at some point. I need to evolve mine, apparently. I didn't realize Flabébé, I'm not really a big Florges fan, but Florges' green stem turns purple, and it's shiny, and I have 4 of them out of the 5. I think it's 5. I need to evolve my Flabébé. So, I am excited for, I do want to try and use Flabébé in ZA. I think that'd be cool. I never really used it in X and Y that I can remember, so I think it'd be cool to use it. Easiest way for me to do that might actually be to transfer over Secure Skit to Pokemon Y and do Horde Hunters for it. Maybe. I don't know if I would be okay with hunting in Scarlet Divide, or in X and Y, not Scarlet Violet, in X and Y, because I feel like that'd be so difficult. I did try a little bit, but I don't know. I never really got lucky in X and Y. I didn't actually get any shinies until Sword and Shield. Like, I played from Platinum pretty much every game until Sword and Shield. Or until the new games, basically. I've played every game since Platinum, basically. And I went back and played Ruby, and I went back and played Diamond and Pearl, but that's it. But I didn't get a shiny until Sword and Shield, which goes into my first ever full odd shiny. Because I also didn't get the shiny term until Sword and Shield. But I got it Sword, but I got the shiny in Shield. I played both. Because I played Sword first, and then I realized that Ponyta was like the glaring Ponyta was only in Shield, and I wanted to play Shield. So I did end up completing the dex in Sword, but I didn't do it in Shield. I just wanted to play through it fast. But I got the DLC, but I got it for Shield. I was like 1 or 2 Pokemon away from completing Sword's dex, and getting the shiny charm. But I played through the DLC for the first time, both DLCs in Shield, and so it's kind of a stupid thing, but it got me my first shiny. So I was shiny hunting. No, what the heck am I saying? I was not shiny hunting. I was just going through the game. I was going to like Cub Fu. You're going through like the towers and stuff. So I was going up to like one of the towers, and I found out there's Shinx. And I was like, oh, I want to add some new Pokemon from the DLC to my party. So I was like, all right, I'll add a Shinx. But the first one I encountered was a female. So if you don't know, Luxray looks decently different from male to female. The like points on its fur on its head are a lot longer in its male form than its female form. And I had a whole team of like female Pokemon aside from the starter that was male. And I was like, I want the starter to have a guy buddy, because he needs a guy buddy. So I was like, I'll just keep looking for a male Shinx. So like second or third encounter, I found a shiny female Shinx. Just shiny female Shinx. Out of the blue. So I was at home. It was like early in the morning, but not everyone was up, and I screamed. I like full on screamed in the light. I was like, yes! Like, no way! It was really cool. I was so happy. And it's Shinx, which is a Pokemon from Gen 4 that I love. Like, it was perfect. So my first ever shiny, that wasn't like the mystery gift shinies they used to give all the time, was a shiny female Shinx. So funny enough, sorry, poor starter male, you're in a team full of girls. It's gonna have to be a girl team. So, yeah, shiny Shinx, shiny Luxray was my first ever shiny, and I am not disappointed. I named it Amber because of its pretty color, and I'm very happy. And I liked also the fact that in the DLC you could have following Pokemon, and I love the following Pokemon they did in Sword and Shield. I don't know why no one ever mentions that. Heart Gold, Soul Silver, and Sword and Shield, best following Pokemon. Like the 3D aspect, Sword and Shield. For the 2D aspect and the pixels, Heart Gold, Soul Silver, hands down. But I got to have my shiny follow me, and it was so fun. I got a full out Zubat and Alpha Sapphire playthrough via Horde encounters, so I'm not afraid to do it again. That's awesome. That's really cool. Zubat's a good one, especially Crobat. Well, your reaction sounds like it's way better than any of mine. Well, it was years ago. It was back when the DLC for Sword came out. Actually, how long ago was that? I don't even know when that came out. It was like, oh, I'm gonna look that up. When did the Sword and Shield DLC come out? When? Because it was midsummer for the first one. The Sword Shield DLC release. Oh, it was 2020. Oh, that makes sense because everyone was home because of COVID, right? Because it was June, not July. It was June 17th, 2020. So it was probably like a day or so after because I was a little bit through the game. So yeah, it was 5 years ago. Holy cow! But I was very happy. It made me really happy. I was like, yay! Like, I showed it off to, like, everybody. I took a picture of it. I showed it off to, like, all my friends and family members. I was like, look, I got a shiny. I wasn't even hunting, but I got a shiny. So, pretty much never had any real reactions. I'm always just like, cool, a shiny, and then move on. I mean, that's fair. I've seen some people that are just funny because it's just, oh, cool, a shiny. But, like, I've been playing Pokemon for years. Didn't even know what shiny Pokemon were till maybe a year or two into playing. Maybe, like, I think it wasn't even till Heart Gold Soul Silver that I knew what a shiny was. Because I learned from Shiny Gyarados. But, yeah. Like, I don't know. It's just crazy to me, like, that I was just able to get, like, a full odds, like, shiny, like, just randomly. And it's funny, too, that it was in Shield, where I had, like, nothing in my Pokedex. But in Sword, I had, like, basically the shiny charm. And it was like, I have not found a shiny in Sword yet. And I've been hunting in Sword, but with the shiny charm. But I just randomly found one in Shield. And it was, like, the best Pokemon it could have been, and I'm really happy about that. So, it was a cool find, and I'm really happy. I have my shiny Luxray Amber, and I'm really happy about it. She's a good girl. But hey, any reaction is a good reaction. If you just, like, miss it, then that's not good. But yeah, I get pretty excited. I'm like, yay, I did it, you know? That kind of excitement. Pop, pop, beep, beep, pop, pop. My favorite full shiny I've ever obtained is Altaria from White 2. It wasn't even hunting, I was just trying to get a regular Vulpix out of my team when it popped up. See, that's the thing. I was also just looking for, like, a male Shinx, and it just popped up. And it was just, I think that's the best thing, too, is when it happens like that. Because you're not expecting it. You're not, like, waiting for it. It just happens. And it's cool. So I'm excited. Excited to find my Turtwig. But it's exciting. Yeah, it's really exciting when you get that. But that's cool. Altaria is a good shiny, too. I actually got us Altaria from Scarlet and Violet. I was just checking out, like, there was, like, a outbreak or something that day, and I was just checking it out, and I found one, and I was like, yes! I was really excited. So, this is a good shiny. That random shiny Altaria was what caused Altaria to become my favorite shiny. Oh, yeah, I mean, my favorite shiny is Shiny Shinx for that same reason. You know, it just, it makes a good impact on you, because you're just, like, pleasantly surprised. So, now, if Shiny Turtwig shows up today, it may end up being my second favorite, but it depends. We'll see. Turtwig, pop, pop, beep, pop, pop, boop. Dum, 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 dum. Our Altaria was already my favorite dragon type, and it still is to this day. That's fair. That's very fair. I don't know if I have a favorite dragon type. I'd be interested if I went through. I saw that some people are doing, like, the top 100, like, site where, like, it, like, narrows down your top 100 favorite Pokemon. I'd be interested to try that at some point on stream. I think that'd be fun. But I'm interested in what my favorite Pokemon each type is. Like, I know we did the whole, like, big chart of every single generation, but, like, overall of every type, I wonder what my favorites would be. I mean, I guess I kind of did that at the bottom. Yeah, I don't know. A lot of them were legendaries. The legendaries were just cool. But maybe I'm biased for that, but Gen 4 has always been my favorite generation, and so it holds a special place in my heart. I just love Dialga, Palkia, and Giratina. The Creation Trio is like my favorite trio of all time. Beyond any starters or anything, I just love the Creation Trio. Funny enough, I have a shiny Swablu this Alpha Sapphire player through. That's awesome. That's always fun. So you have a Mudkip, Altaria, and you're going for shiny Latias. What else do you have, or if you have anything else? I'm interested to hear. I thought about doing this on stream, but what if after this, I did like, I shiny hunted for like, in Heart Gold for like shiny team or something. The thing is though, there's not a lot of Johto Pokemon that I like their shiny forms of. I like Totodile shiny, and I don't mind either of Tentacles or Chikorita. Chikorita is actually pretty good, but I don't and I like obviously like Ho-Oh, Lugia, and Celebi, and the legendary dogs, but aside from that, I don't think there's really any other shinies in Gen 2 that really stick out to me as good. Oh well, Ampharos, but I don't think anything else after that. But I don't know. So that's my only thing. Give me a sec. I go check the box, see what all I have. No, you're good. I don't want to take away from your hunt if you don't want to. We're still looking for a turtle. A green turtle. I might even just go till like midnight in my time just so I can see if I can get it. We're gonna get the turtle. Gotta get the turtle. Make it a worthwhile stream for you guys. We've been going for an hour, so it's 9:30 my time. So 2.5 hours more? I can do that. We'll see. We'll see how I feel. I don't want to push myself too far if I'm starting to feel good again and then just like burn myself out and just feel awful tomorrow. Would not be great. It's fine, I'll check. I want to see the full blast myself to remember anyway. Okay. Only if it's okay with you. Pop, pop, biddly pop, pop, biddly pop, pop, biddly pop, pop. But I know that a lot of people like shiny hunting with the streamer shiny hunting, which I found out was interesting. I kind of just usually have it playing in the background of whatever I'm doing, but I think it's kind of cool that they like to shiny hunt with the streamer. I think that's fun. So I'm glad there are some of you that are shiny hunting with me. I appreciate it. Bop, bop, biddly bop, bop. I hope you're ready for April Fool's Day. I'm just gonna throw that out there and just not say anything else and see what you guys think. But I'm really happy with how my YouTube channels are looking. I'm really glad that I like cleaned them up and made them look nice, and I'm really happy how they're looking and turning out. I think it's really cool. So, yeah. I won't say anything on that. You have to find out for yourself. I'm at the Poke Center. Woohoo! Oh, did you guys hear? They're officially making Pokemon Legos now. Like, Pokemon and the Lego company are officially, like, partnering together for actual Lego sets. And I think that's awesome. And I'm probably going to buy a bunch and probably build them on stream because that would be so fun. if and when I get the hand cam. But yeah, I want to do that because that'd be so much fun. But I hope if they make anything, I hope they make like a Pokemon Center or like a Pokemart, like they like from like Heart Gold Soul Silver kind of vibe, for the Legos, because that would be really cool to have like a Pokemon Center versus like a Pokemon Mart. I think that'd be really cool. I got the hiccups now. Ugh. So I hope they make really cool. My list of shiny so far is Mudkip, Manectric, Swablu, Swalot, Skitty, Zubat, Tailo, Nincada, Surskit, Lumise, Tentacool, Lileep, and Lombright. That's crazy. That's awesome. Good for you. That's awesome. I never got any shinies doing Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, but that's really cool. Maybe I'll replay my Alpha Sapphire on my own time and see if I can shiny hunt a bit. Because that's really impressive. Good job. Planning on going for a full box when I'm done with it. That's gonna be so cool. Are you gonna shiny hunt the legendaries aside from like Latias? Because Golden Groudon is in the other game. You're playing Alpha Sapphire, so you go for Pink Kyogre. Oh, fun fact, I don't know if you know this, but in Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire, you can ride on certain Pokemon that will actually show when you're surfing. So like Alpha Sapphire, you can get Kyogre. Kyogre shiny lock? I don't think it is it? I don't think it was. I'm gonna look this up. I don't remember it being shiny locked. Maybe it is, but not Kyurem. What the heck? Why did that autocorrect? It says no, it isn't shiny locked. It says Kyogre is not shiny locked in Alpha Sapphire or Omega Ruby. You can encounter and catch shiny Kyogre through soft resetting. It says it isn't. Hold on, I'm gonna look again. Hold on. I'm gonna look at the shiny hot. I'm looking at Cerebi. Turn this part. Nope, not Turtwig. Alright, hold on. Shiny locked Pokemon in Alpha Sapphire. I know Deoxys is shiny locked. Oh, it is shiny locked. Rayquaza is too. I didn't think it was, but I guess it is. Any other legendary gets its red season with abundant special areas like Latios, and Latios are not shiny locked. Interesting. Okay, well, never mind. Guess it is shiny locked. Well, if you transfer over a shiny Kyogre, you could ride on a shiny Kyogre in the game. Because I've seen people do it. That's kind of cool. But interesting. I didn't realize it was shiny locked because I've seen people like do it, so it's pretty cool. Yeah, it's pretty cool. You can also do that for Sharpedo too. You can get a shiny Sharpedo and you can ride on a shiny Sharpedo and it'll show up as a shiny Sharpedo as you're surfing on it, which is super cool. So I did want a shiny hunt for a Sharpedo in Alpha Sapphire. I do remember that. So sadly there wasn't anything like that I think in Omega Ruby, which is disappointing, but I don't know if I think for Latios and Latias, though, even if you get them shiny, I think no matter what, they're gonna be not shiny in the sky, though. But I don't remember the rules on that one. I think I remember someone saying that, but I don't know. do intend to chain fish for Carvana at some point. Oh, it's chain fishing was Gen 6, wasn't it? So it would be in a Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. I remember people saying about it in X and Y, but I forgot that it could be possible in Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. That's cool. I've wanted to try chain fishing because I know it's one of the easier methods, albeit a little harder. It's easier to get a shiny, but it's harder to chain the fishing, so. So, I don't know. I'd be interested. Another reason why I would love to get a DS capture card so I could just do it like raw in front of you guys. I think it'd be cool, but alas. Funnily enough, I was intending on chain fishing when I got my tentacle, but it was shiny on the first cast. Oh, that's awesome, actually. A first encounter shiny? That is cool. I know some people had that kind of luck in the ultra wormholes, so. Boop, 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 boop. Pressing buttons. All the buttons. Never got a first encounter shiny legendary before. Best I've got was a 5 encounter shiny Cresselia, which was incredibly lucky. That's crazy lucky. I've seen some people get like Reshiram like really fast. So like 2 people got Reshiram on their first try, which I thought was crazy. But yeah, that's crazy. I've also seen someone I'm following actually has been shiny hunting Cresselia, the Roman Cresselia and Platinum for like ages now. They're not over odds yet, but they're like at 2,000 encounters and it's insane. Like I've seen a handful of first encounter shiny legends in the videos. Yeah, I think it's a lot easier in the ultra wormholes. Plus the resets are really fast, so it just works. The resets are a lot slower in the Switch because it just takes longer to load and unload. But I do wish there was like, I hope for like the Switch 2, they add like a soft reset button. So you can just go to the home screen rather than going to, or like a soft reset like key like commands. Because it's like LR, select and start for like the old games. I think it would be cool if they did something like that for the Switch 2, because that would be cool and easier. So but I don't know if they'll do that. I love ultra wormholes. I want to get there, but it's tedious. I'm like at Island 3, I think, in my ultra moon. Maybe I'll pick it up again. Who knows? I also found out, I didn't know this, but in Ultra Sun and Moon, you can get the shiny charm not from getting the entire national dex, but from just getting the Ultra Sun and Moon like dex, which is cool because that's significantly less you know, like Pokemon to get. Like I never completed the dexes in the old games because it was insane. And I've seen some videos from like I think Johnstone does a couple of them where they make like they will go through and try and get the entire like dex of that game as it was intended back in the day, and it's insane. Like it's crazy, and it's like thousands of dollars worth of like to like complete the dex, and I'm like, yeah, no, not worth it as a kid. On 3A, you're actually not too far off. Really? Maybe I'll pick it up. I've only completed the decks for the Switch games, except BDSP and Let's Go. I didn't complete BDSP's decks, but I also was just playing the game because I was playing the game because it was fun. BDSP is pretty, but there was some critical... The reason why people say it's like the worst game isn't really much of its playability. Yeah, there was a couple like glitches and bugs, but they're not nearly as bad as some of them in Scarlet and Violet. but it was just, they made some serious critical errors in order to make this the experience of Sinnoh that people wanted. Like, they took away the cool parts of, they just took away some of the cool parts of the games. They took away the mansion at the end of the post game, which my brother played through the whole game, barely spent his money on anything, got to the post game and didn't see that the villa was there, and he was so disappointed. Like, they also took away the underground, like, bases. I wish they made, like, 2 bases. You can have a basis to set up all the statues or whatever, and then another base to actually do the whole capture the flag stuff. That was the coolest part as a kid. And they got rid of it. Like, what? That, and they made, I do like the addition of, like, the spots in the underground where you can get Pokemon. But they had all these cool Pokemon, but you can't evolve them till post-game. So it's like, no, like, give some of the item, make maybe more, like a second round of the items in post-game, but like have the item available in the main game. Just, ugh. BSP was the shiny charm only affects eggs. That's the other thing. Why did they make that? Why does the shiny charm only affect the eggs? What's the point of getting the shiny charm then? Unless you're Masuda hunting. And even then, it's not really worth Masuda hunting in BDSP because it takes so long for an egg to hatch. You're better off Masuda hunting in Sword and Shield. Like, it's not really worth it. They just kind of fumbled on this game. And while it looks pretty, do not get me wrong, it's beautiful. It's just disappointing with some of the things they just left out that they could have added. Now, I know some people are like, oh, they didn't add a distortion world. I'm like, I didn't expect them to. I wanted them to, maybe post-game, and that would have been really cool. But they didn't, and I kind of felt like they wouldn't do that. And I wish they did, even though I knew they weren't gonna. But, yeah, Masuda's not worth it in BSP. It just isn't. But, yeah, I don't know. There was just some critical mistakes they made with BDSP, and that's why they're just so forgetful. So, people were like, yeah, we don't want a BDSP, Ilka remake of any of the other gens because it just was not great. And the following Pokemon were just not good. Like, I get people wanted following Pokemon a lot and were excited the aspect of getting following Pokemon again, but like, we want it done right, you know? In BDSP, unless you have a really fast Pokemon, they really don't follow you because they get so far behind and get stuck. And it's just not really worth it. Like, so it just kind of lost its luster from that. And I know some people are like, oh, they're really small. Like, I don't mind them being crazy small. I know it's disappointing, but I'd rather them be crazy small and follow me rather than be crazy small and not follow me. Or be crazy big and not follow me. It was just not greatest. And my Houndoom couldn't keep up with the bike. Nothing could keep up with the bike. Barely any of them could keep up with you when you're walking. It was just, yeah, it just wasn't it. I know some of them would have been funny, like Torterra being slow because it's a turtle, but like, none of the fast ones could really keep up with you either. It was just not as cool. Although I will say, I think in Heart Gold Soul Silver, I don't think your following Pokemon followed you if you're on your bike. So it's weird that they made it follow you on your bike in this game. I think they followed you in Sword and Shield. In your bike? I don't remember. I know they didn't in Heart Gold Soul Silver. Because they had like the cycling path, I think. And they just didn't want you to have your Pokemon out. But, I don't know. It is what it is. So, I like, kind of wish that, I wish that they would like do what some game developers kind of do and give the game, okay, here's the thing. Game developers do this, but they don't do it right, in my opinion. I think give the game to a fan, like a streamer or something, early, but like either have them stream it or not, and then have them go back to you with all the things that they want to improve, or they found that was a mistake, or like bugs or whatever. Because I know like with Poppy Playtime Chapter 4 that a lot of people complained about, it was just so buggy, but they went back and fixed it with patches. That's great and all, but it would be cooler if they did that and then got back the game before it released and fixed a few things. I think they probably do have beta testers But the beta testers just see it as a new game to test rather than as a fan, I think. And maybe some of them are fans. And yeah, that's true, but like maybe they're not as involved in the community as others and they don't spot all those errors as well. So I think that would be really beneficial for game companies if they did something like that. And they just, because I know that some of them would be like, well, how do we know who's trustworthy? I'm like, some of them are really obvious. If you can really look at them, you can tell that they take professionally and they take their job very professionally. So they're probably not going to do any of that kind of stuff. But, and you could also even give them the permission if you want. Be like, hey, here's the beta of the game, blah, blah, blah. But most game companies probably won't want that because it's spoilers, and I get that. But I think Let's Go did following Pokemon the right way. Pokemon Mall is actually good, and they can actually go with you. I think the way. Okay, here's my opinion on Let's Go for the following Pokemon. They are amazing and they are phenomenal. However, Let's Go only had 153-4 Pokemon because of like Meltan and Melmetal, so it was like 153, I think. But the other games have like 400, so they had easier opportunities to spend more time on it because of that. Plus, it was the first Switch game. It was trying to bring in the people who played Pokemon Go so they can have their Pokemon Go Pokemon follow them and all that stuff. So it makes more sense for them to do it like that. So it's kind of hard to compare that one specifically because they had the opportunity to do more with it because there was less Pokemon in the decks. It's a lot harder to do that when you have 400 Pokemon. 400 plus. So, like, I don't even know how many Pokemon are in Scarlet and Violet because there's the 400, I think, for the regular, and then there's like the Kitakami decks and the Terrarium decks, which is crazy. So, yeah, it's too many at some point to do stuff like that. So I get why. But like BDSP is another good game to do it because it doesn't have a crazy, it has the 400, or I think, I don't know how many it totally has in the decks. I think it's 400. So it doesn't have a crazy amount as some of the other ones do. So they did it, but they just didn't spend enough time on it. I think they spent a lot of time for BDSP, like actually on, like, because Game Freak was supervising BDSP, but they were also making Legends Arceus at the same time, more than likely, or even Scarlet and Violet at the same time. So they probably didn't give BDSP enough love. And BDSP was they kind of knew too. People were really interested in Legends Arceus, and BDSP literally was like 2 months. It had 2 months before it was overshadowed by Legends Arceus. And it was because it wasn't very successful, it was easily overshadowed. So I think if they gave it more time, it would have been so much better. So there's 151 actually in BDSP. So again, the same aspect. They could have easily spent more time on it because there was less Pokemon in the decks. Actually, probably a little more than that because there's Arceus and some of the others as well. So it's probably a little more like 154 or 5 or something. Yeah, this one I can feel it. Yeah, it's just, there's also all the Pokemon that are transfer only. Yeah, it's just, I wish they gave this game more love because it could have been good. It could have been really good alongside Legends Arceus. But I feel like this game was rushed. And they tried to do both, and they really didn't need to do both. They just needed to do one over the other, or just do one and then 6 months later do the other. Like, they could have spent another year on, like, this game, probably, with some of those fixes. And even and it also probably could give them more time to work on Scarlet and Violet. They could have done, like, BDSP, and then done a whole another year until Legends Arceus in the next year, November, and then done Scarlet and Violet next year, and then did the DLCs, and then we wouldn't have had maybe a break year, or maybe we would have had still a break year, and then we would have had Legends EA. But yeah, I don't know. It's just kind of sad because I wish we got more with this game. Because it would have been, if we had like all those things that I mentioned, we had the villa, we had the underground with the capture the flag system, especially because with online too, it's so easy to get like other people in the game. We had the shiny charm work on all Pokemon, not just eggs. We had like a post game like they did with Delta episode and Omega Ruby Alpha Sapphire. We'd have like a post game with like something like extreme platinum or whatever, where we got to go in the distortion world just temporarily to catch Garantina through what turned back Tave or something and get the gracious orb. I don't know how to say it. I think it could have been in a completely different game. Like, I know people complain a lot about the fact that this game was made kind of pixel, like the same like pixel, like square by square stepping, like, you know what I mean. But I think that was like a minor thing. Yeah, some people got stuck and they fixed that with the patch. But that's like a minor thing in compared to like some of the major things people were disappointed with. If they fixed following Pokemon too, or they just didn't have following Pokemon, so then no one would have anything to be like complaining about. Or maybe made following Pokemon exclusively only the starters, but they made it cool, like Let's Go or something. Like starters and legendaries or something like that. I think it would have been a completely different game. Because there are some things they did well. I do like that they have other outfits and you can change the color of the hair of the character. I think that's cool. And I'm glad they did that. But there's just so many other mistakes that really like hit this game hard. So I even think like the post-game items thing, even if they like kept that and still had the other things, it still would have been a good game. Because like people can still trade that over. Yeah, it's disappointing, but people could trade that over. They can't fix the following Pokemon not following you. They just have to be disappointed that's a feature that nobody wants to use. They can't fix the fact the villa is not there. It's just not there. They can't fix, like, I don't know. It's just, I just really do enjoy some of the parts in this game, and it just doesn't get appreciated enough because there are some critical mistakes with it, and I do understand that. So it's just, is what it is. Womp. Womp indeed. Womp womp. I think that was probably the best way to describe this game, is just womp womp. What could have been, but I don't know. That's just my opinion. They can even do subtle things, like they can be like, there's always like rumors and leaks and blah blah blah, but they're not actually leaks. They could easily, Pokemon Company, be really subtle about it, and it would be really like a tease, and it would be so cool if they just said like a poll on their like Twitter or whatever, and just, or even on their like YouTube, and be like, which would you prefer, and or like what would you most be interested to see, and like people could click it, and then they could just take a survey in a way and just figure it out. Like, okay, this is what they're more interested in. Let's focus on that, you know. Main thing I like about this game is the updated Poke Radar. I do like that because I've seen people play that and I want to try it. I've never tried Poke Radar. It doesn't make any sense to me. I don't understand it, but I want to try. So, yeah, I don't know. So they did do a couple good things to this game. It's just, it's constantly overshadowed by the majority of the bad. So, it's disappointing. So, yeah. Big sad. I'm still going to play this game and I'm still going to have fun. So, once we get the shiny Turtwig, we will get the shiny Turtwig. We must. Drink. Let's hydrate. 12 of which were Absol. I've been a bunch of shinies via the Poke Radar, and this 12 of which were Absol. That's crazy. I'm definitely willing to try. Maybe I'll do a shiny Shinx or something with it. Redeem. Well, not redeem, but regain my shiny Shinx. Maybe I'll play Sword and Shield sometime. Be interesting. Actually, Fang, since you're playing Omega Ray Alpha Sapphire, have you gotten any of the shiny Pokemon from DexNav encounters? Because I've heard about people saying that it's like, it's not like a set odds because it's different per Pokemon or whatever, and it's really hard to chain. So, yeah, most of them have been DexNav. Really? That's good. I really don't understand the DexNav hunting too much. I know how you can get the DexNav rare Pokemon, but the chaining is like, I don't know, a bit confusing, but I would love to learn. I think it'd be cool. Maybe I'll look into it. That's cool that you did get a bunch from DexNav, because that's pretty cool. Stretch a bit. Ooh. Gotta stand up for a second. Ow. Breaking my bones. You actually don't have to chain. The higher the search level, the higher your odds of getting a shiny, at least according to a video I watched before starting this playthrough. That's interesting. I'm interested to... That's interesting. Maybe I'll look into it. I would love to get, like, a shiny Torchic. That'd be cool. Mudkip's shiny's cool, but I do like shiny Torchic. Shiny Trico's not bad either. Honestly, the Hoenn starters have some of the best shinies. Not really a big fan of the Sinnoh starters shinies as much because it's like very neon, which is, I mean, fine. It's good. I would say in general they are a good shiny because it's different. A lot of shinies are just not different enough. But I'm not a fan of the neon. It's crazy. I think it'd be cool to have like neon under black light, like kind of thing. But like other than that, I'm like nah. But I love the Hoenn Trio shinies. They're just subtle in some ways, like the colors. It's not oversaturated, but they're not like desaturated either. They're just nice colors, and it looks cool. And I like the kind of like the autumn tail that Trico has, and Grovyle shiny is awesome. So yeah, I think best shiny trio from what I know. Fennec's my favorite starter though. I like the Kalos Trio shinies. I have seen some of the Kalos Trio shinies, and they're pretty good. I will say those are pretty good because I like the silver of the Fennekin line. I do love the Chespin line, the brown. That's cool. And the black with Froakie's line in the end is cool. I'm not a big Greninja fan. Like everyone's like super big on Greninja. I'm just like, he's fine. I used him once and I didn't like it. I was not a fan. I felt like it could have been stronger. It probably is now in newer gens, but not a crazy Greninja fan. I do like Servine's shiny. It is kind of closer to the neon, but I do like it because the green, the dark green, really kind of like puts it together. It like has a nice contrast. And of course, Black Charizard's like a big favorite. I do have a shiny Charizard. I got one in Let's Go. I was actually shiny hunting in Let's Go, and I got a shiny Charmander, only a few encounters. I was actually really proud of myself. So. There's not a lot of green shinies I like, but there's some of them that are just really nice. I only got a few shinies and Let's Go, Chansey, Caterpie, and Vulpix. I think the only one I got was Charmander. I tried to get a shiny Ghastly, but I just could not get it. I was like getting so many encounters and over encounters, but it just, my chain broke a few times and it was just like exhausting. Like I just could not get shiny Ghastly in Let's Go, but I wanted one. Maybe another time. Another time, another day. That's still a pretty good haul though for a Let's Go. Technically my Let's Go on stream is set up so I can shiny hunt the legendaries, so I may do that eventually. Probably not replay Let's Go anytime soon. Probably not me either. It's fun, it's a good game, but it is a little exhausting with the chaining and stuff. I think out of all the shiny hunting methods, I think just I think my favorite is just outbreaks and stuff. I don't like the sandwich thing in Scarlet and Violet just because they make it so incredibly complicated to get like the Herba Mystica, and it's just annoying in my mind when it gets so complicated because it's like, okay, well, it almost ruins the fun because it's so complicated. Some people like it, they like the challenge and stuff. I just not quite a fan. Especially when it's raid and like involves raids. Like, I don't know, raids are over my head. I've never really been a big fan of raids. The urban farming can be a pain, yeah. But I do like shiny hunting in Legends Arceus. I've gotten a bunch of shinies in Legends Arceus. I even got a shiny Zorua. I hunted for a while, and I finally got one. I was really happy. I actually got a shiny Zorua when I was in the middle of a Zoom call. But I was trying to be quiet about it. I was like, oh. I was like, I like gasped and I was like covering my mouth and I was like trying to pay attention, but I was like, no, yeah, it's okay. Just playing my Switch under the disc. But I was really happy. It has hence been a shiny Hisuian Zoroark, but I do want to get another one just because I like Zorua. Zorua shinies is so pretty. The blue is just so bright and it's awesome. I got like 8 boxes of shinies and Legends Arceus. That's awesome. I don't have that much. I did get an alpha Rowlet though by just flying over a Rowlet outbreak at one point, and it's so cool. I don't want to take it out of Legends and I don't want to evolve it because it's just a big green owl and I love it. I really like actually the Alola starters are pretty good shinies, aren't they? Because I like Decidueyes. The dark green is cool. And then Incineroar's is bright white. What is Popplio? Or like Primarina's? Oh, it's got the blonde hair. It's not bad. It's okay. Not as cool, but still pretty cool. I want shiny Turtwig. I want my opinion of shiny Turtwig and the shiny Torterra line to be improved. If I get the shiny. Spent a ton of time shining 100 Legends Arceus. I think it's fun because you can just wander around and just find a shiny. Like, you don't have to do anything crazy. You just find a shiny. Like, complete the decks and then just find a shiny. You can get bonus points for completing their entire decks. And I think that's cool, too. Because it's a lot of work, yeah, but it seems doable. Like, Herba Mystica farming does not seem doable. It seems like a pain, and it is a pain. So, I definitely like it. Primarina's hair is blonde. I wish her body changed a bit. I do kind of wish they changed a little bit of it, more of it. But I get what they were going for, like blonde mermaid versus, I think its original hair is white. So, yeah, I don't know. It's alright. Never bothered completing any of the dexes in Legend Arceus. I got them all to 10, called it. That's me. I did the same. I got them all to 10 because I like having the Pokeball next to it, but I think the only one I completed completely was Roselia. Because I wanted a shiny Rose raid. That was during stream. I did it on a stream like last year or something. Didn't get the shiny Roselia though in this one. Though in my first playthrough of Legends Arceus, this is why this shiny Rose raid is actually, and shiny Badoo, that whole line is my second favorite of shinies of the shiny line, because I was playing through Legends Arceus, and I loved like catching the Pokemon and filling up the decks so much and getting it to like level 10 so much. I didn't move on to the Crimson Mirelands till I was like had my starter fully evolved. I was at like level 8, like like rank 8 or whatever it was called. Like I had like most of the decks of the Outlands like totally completed. And then I was like, okay, I think I'm ready to move to the second area. So I moved to the second area, and then the first thing I found was a shiny Badoo standing right in front of me. And I was so incredibly happy. I named it Vaznia, which means spring in another language. So, yeah. I have a shiny Roserade in my original first playthrough of Legend Arceus, and I love it so much. If I ever go back to Legend Arceus, I might consider completing the Ninetales deck so I can hunt the alpha one. That would be cool. Can you get a shiny Alolan Ninetales in the Legends games? Aside from the gifted, like, ones you get? Or no? I don't remember. Nope, not Legends Arceus. That's what I thought. Also, shiny Alolan Ninetales isn't that crazy, isn't it? Isn't it like really subtle? I know that it's like silver, the original Kanto one. Looking this up. I don't remember it being crazy. Oh, it's like slightly pinker. It's not, it's very subtle. Yeah, it's very subtle. Eh. Subtle one. Still up though. I can understand that. I like, hot take, I don't like shiny Leafeon because I know what it could have been. But I love shiny Glaceon. I think shiny Glaceon should be the original Glaceon color. Like I think it just, looking at them next to each other, it looks like shiny Glaceon should be what original Glaceon should be. It looks so nice and crystally and bright, like ice, while the original one looks just really muted in comparison. And then they could have easily made like a purple like Glaceon instead, or even some like different, I don't know, completely different color. I think it would have been cool, but it is what it is. I know they fixed shinies in the past before, so I hope they can go back. I wish that they kind of like, I know they use like an auto generator for like a lot of them, and some of them they kind of do themselves, because honestly I would do the same. Because can you imagine doing like drawing 1,000 Pokemon and creating 1,000 different colors or a billion different colors for each of the Pokemon, and then doing it again like with the same designs? Yeah, I wouldn't do that. But I wish they can like do that, like do the auto generation and then go back and look at them and be like, okay, well this one could be better, you know, change a few little things or whatever. Like, I don't know, because I know they've changed some of the original colors of some Pokemon, so I feel like if they do that, they should automatically look at the colors of the shiny. Because poor Gengar used to be such a great shiny, now it's like barely different because the original one changed so much. Same with Gligar. Like, while Gliscor looks really cool, Gligar like changed like a lot. So there are too many Pokemon with terrible subtle shinies. I feel like it's gotten too much at this point. So I feel like they could totally go back and like upgrade it. But I feel like they won't do that until maybe Gen 10 or after, or whatever the new device after the Switch will be. Because I think the Switch 2, it'll be fine, but like from like DS to Switch, like kind of thing, where they go to Switch from Switch 2, whatever, to whatever the new system after that will be. So I feel like that would be the time that they do it, but I feel like that'll be a while before that happens. So it is what it is. So yeah, I think they changed the original Gligar so it's not more pinker. So it used to be subtle, but now it's like very different. So they did do well on Gligar, but I wish they do more with some of those. I wish they did more with Charcadet's line shinies. I agree. They could have flip-flopped Charcadet and Cerulege's colors. Like a purple Armarouge and a red Cerulege would have been sick. But they didn't. So it is what it is. Missed opportunities. I almost feel like that one was on purpose too, but maybe I'm wrong. Ceruledge is my favorite Gen 9 Pokemon, so pains me to see that shiny. Yeah. Yeah. It's one of those where I'm like, is it really worth getting the shiny? Because it's not that great. I do like Ceruledge a lot. It's definitely my favorite of the two, but I do like Armarouge, especially with like the new animation they did, because the cannons are cool. Do not get me wrong, the cannons are cool. I just had Violet, so I obviously got Ceruledge, but yeah. I still have the shiny of the entire line. Yeah. You know. Are you like go for a living Dex, Fang? By the way? That would make sense, but just curious. Boop boop. Bump bump. Bum. I'll eventually get a full living dex, but at the time I'm just hunting the mods I want. That's fair. Do you have Pokemon Bank? I didn't get Pokemon Bank because at the time when it first came out there was a lot of like bugs with it, so people were losing their like all their Pokemon, and I was like, oh, I don't really want to do that. So, but I just never got it after that. But I should have, but I didn't. Yeah, I have Bank. Okay, that's cool. Then you could probably put them all at home. That's fun. What other games can you shiny hunt? Groudon and Kyogre. Oh yeah, you can do it in the wormholes. So I guess you can do shiny Groudon and shiny Kyogre and shiny Rayquaza and stuff in the ultra wormholes. So that's cool. Since you can't in Mega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire. Though you can't get shiny Deoxys though. I wish they didn't do that for Deoxys at least. That would have been cool. But I guess I get it because I didn't want you to go reset for that whole story, like, cutscene over and over again. So I am kind of thankful for that. But I did hunt Groudon Ultra Sun. Ooh, did you get it? The pretty golden Groudon. Can you do Primal Reversion in any of the other games aside from Omega Ruby and Alpha Sapphire? Could you do that in Ultra Sun and Moon? It would make sense if you could, because I know you can do Megas in that game, I think, at the end of the game, post-game. Unfortunately, I don't own Ultra Moon, so I can't get Kyogre. Yeah, you can get the red and blue orbs in Ultra Sun. That's cool. I'm glad at least gave you a chance to do it again. Because Primal Reversion was cool. I kind of hope they do that with more Pokemon, because that was awesome. So if they do that for Xerneas and Yveltal, I will not be disappointed, because that was cool. But they don't have orbs or anything, so I don't think they probably will do that. We surprisingly haven't run into a shiny Starly yet either, which I am thankful for, because I don't really want to do that, but, you know. Bop, 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 me da, bop, bop. Wow. Yeah, we do not want to see a shiny Starly. It would be very sad. Very sad. How's the Latias hunt going? Hope it's going well. As you can see, we're at 322 for this Turtwig. It's going. That's fair. That's fair. I've seen this cutscene so many times at this point, and I'm like not even close to odds. Like, that's insane. I bet, like, oh my gosh, that one creator that I saw that got to like 3,000, they're probably tired of this cutscene. Like, wow. I still love this cutscene though. I think this is one of the cool things about Diamond and Pearl that they left out of Platinum. I did love this cutscene. Shiny, shiny. I want to add it to my team. And shiny hut. Other Pokemon. Like Weasel. Maybe even Pachirisu. I do want to, like, do other hunts. So, I'm hoping we get it soon. It would be great if you got under 500. Me too. I would be ecstatic if I got under 500. I would probably go crazy. I'd be so happy. Can it be like a March, like late birthday gift, Turtwig? Like still in March? Can I get it? Like the first day of spring? It's like perfect. Come on, Turtwig. Please. Under 500. I don't think we'll get to 500 today though. Even if I go till like for another hour and a half, I don't think we'll get it by today. But, or get to 500 by today. We'll probably get to 400 though. So I do want to get to 400, but we'll see how far we get. I keep going. Which one do you want? Ah, I want the Turtwig. And only the Turtwig. Because I've thought about what if we did like one encounter for like Piplup and Chimchar, but it's like, what if that was the shiny? It's like getting in my brain. Like, no. We must go Turtwig all the way. I have like a Turtwig plush and a shiny Celebi plush on my desk for good luck, but not so lucky so far. I do not expect my Latias to be shiny tonight, but it would be nice if it was. You gotta tell me if it was. I'd be so ecstatic for you. It'd be awesome. I think out of the two, shiny Latias is way better than shiny Latios because the gold is just so pretty. It's a really nice color. Like that one looks like it was intentionally made to be gold, and I think that's awesome. I can't be tired yet. Never. I do actually have a shiny Latias from BDSP, but shiny the only playthrough of Alpha Sapphire. I do intend to use the Latias. I think it'd be cool too. I will say I don't really like the shiny megas of Latios and Latias. It's just meh. Like I wish they did better than that color. It's like a muted green. It's just meh. Just nah. They could have made them both silver and that would have been sick. They didn't. But since I'm a mud tip staying on my team and I'm not evolving it, I do need something hard to carry. That's fair. That's very fair. Are you planning to shiny hunt any other legendaries after like the main game? Or out of curiosity? It's not really wormhole, but they're like the Hoopa loops. The Hoopa loops. It sounds like Fruit Loops, but Hoopa loops. The Hoopa rings, whatever they are. Yeah, I'm gonna go for Zekrom. Ooh, Zekrom would be cool. It's like a very subtle shiny, but the glow is so cool. Yeah, that'd be cool. That's a cool shiny. I will say I'm not a big fan of the Lake Spirits shinies because it's just like a little bit of a gold rather than the blue-white. I'm just not like a very subtle like yellow-white, which is eh. But Reshram's also just the small yellow pieces. on its rings. So it's also very subtle. I'm trying to think of like crazy good legendaries. Palkia is very subtle. Dialga is just slightly green. Garantina would be cool. Garantina would be a good shiny to go for. Main reason is because I can't exact on the other game I own because of Dynamax Adventures and Sword and Shield. Ah, besides Dynamax Adventures, yeah. I've never got a Dynamax Adventure shiny either. I would like to try and get one at some point, but I have not. So, but it would be cool. But yeah, Kyurem's I think a good one too, isn't it? Isn't it like a pink purple kind of color? I think Kyurem's a good shiny. I'm trying to remember Kyurem's shiny. Looking it up. I clearly have time to. Oh yeah, Kyurem shiny is good, especially black Kyurem. Oh, that's cool. With the green, that's cool. White Kyurem's a little subtle, but black Kyurem is cool. So yeah, it's got a little pink part, and then the rest of it's kind of a different, slightly different color. Like darker. Still cool though. I'm gonna look up shiny legendaries and just see some of the legendaries. I think the Latias. Jirachi's is pretty good. I think the little castles is cool. A lot of them are subtle. Or shiny locked. So, okay, I will say I do love, like, the Alola Pokemon shinies. Those are kind of cool. Like, the blue for Necrozma and then the bright reds for the other two is kind of cool. Well, I guess out of the Swords of Justice, Swords of Justice are pretty cool. Cobalion's a little subtle, but Swords of Justice, that's really hard to say. Swords of Justice is really cool. Also, I forgot to mention this, but I've never found, when I played through Mega Rune Alpha Sapphire, I have never found Cresselia. I know it's like, it appears like one day a year or something crazy, but I've never found it. I looked for so long and never found it. X and Y shinies are also cool. Very cool. Shaman is cool. Regigigas is cool. Deoxys is cool. Regirock is cool. Celebi is sick. Mew and Mewtwo are cool. The legendary dogs and like a lot of the Johto ones legends are actually, all the Johto legends are actually really good shinies. Even if like Entei's is rather subtle, it's still pretty darn cool. I love the black. So there's actually it's a good 50-50 of good shinies and bad shinies for legends and or mythicals. So not horrible. You got some good options. Favorite shiny legendary is Lunala. I love that Crimson Bat. I just like Garantina. Garantina has always been my favorite. But actually I take that back. Garantina is my favorite legendary if you have to be really technical. But Celebi is my favorite mythical shiny. Like the pink is awesome. Plus I love that it was incorporated into one of my favorite side Pokemon games. Explorers a Dungeon. I really like that a lot, so. I hated Reggie ice hunting in BDSP, so I ended up loading up to Ultra Sun to double hunt it. Ooh, that's cool. I'm assuming you got it. But that's cool though. I ended up getting it in Ultra Sun before I got it in BDSP. Yeah, Ultra Sun is a lot faster hunts though, so it makes sense. Most people, if they can, will hunt in Ultra Sun and Moon. I hope they make like another feature aside from bank where like, let's say like, especially years down the line where people like didn't get bank like me, and maybe they can like find a way to transfer Pokemon to the Switch or something, but maybe not. Maybe it's just stuck in the DS forever. But the crazy thing though, I got it in Ultra Sun only after a few hours of loading it up. That's awesome. That's so cool. I have not gotten that lucky with any of my shiny hunts yet. Aside from, of course, having a few in Scarlet and Violet that have been relatively easy, but you kind of know those are easier, so. I would love to get a difficult hunt, like, quickly. I think that would be really cool. Just to say that I got one quickly. Just be like, I did it! You know? Look, I did it! So. Will I ever do this hunt again? Probably not, but I'm going for it. Pow. Beep, 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 boop. Beep, 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 boop, beep, boop, beep, boop, beep, beep. Woo, woo. I remember one day in BDSP I was hunting Registeel. I got the shiny steel. Then after a few hours, I got shiny Regirock. Such a lucky day. That's so awesome. That would be really cool. I'd love to, when I get past Turtwig, to like end up going for like another hunt after. I like trying to get like Weasel and then go straight into like Eternal Forest and get like another shiny or something. That'd be crazy. I'm definitely excited for other like hunts in VDSP after Turtwig, because it's not reset hunting and it's not with the cutscene, so it'll be faster resets anyway, even if it was. So it'll be much more fun. Hi, Taiga. How are you? It's good to see you. How's it going? I love that you use the mom check that way. That's so funny. Good, how are you? I am fantastic. I'll be even more fantastic once I get this shiny Turtwig. But alas, we still keep going. On the bright side of hunting in Eternal Forest, at least you'll get 2 encounters while you have Cheryl with you. I know, it'll be probably faster for that. So the only scary thing is Cheryl is with you. So you have to be really prepared. So I might even like use my Shining Pearl and trade over like Quick Balls. So then I could quickly kill the other Pokemon and then immediately throw a Quick Ball. Or kill Chansey first and then throw the Quick Ball. So. Hopefully you'll be able to one-shot her Chansey. Yeah. We'll see. I shot Lurkies while I play Repo. Oh, have fun! I was actually just talking about Repo earlier. I don't really know much about it or what the game is. And I've been thinking about maybe playing it. But I don't know enough about the game. I know there's like monsters. There's the funny like mascots. And they can hover like items. And then like items can take damage. You can use them to hit things or hit them against things. And they can like break or lose their value. But that's like as far as I know. I know like nothing else about Repo. I will say though, I don't like the icon of Repo. It's weird. And I hope that's not like the icon of like a game, but I'm guessing it is. Because that'd be just a weird thing just to have on my this home screen of my computer. But yeah. But yeah, Fang, I don't think I'll have too much to worry about for one-shotting the Chansey, because I think it'll be like a decently high level. Or I could easily trade over a Pokemon temporarily and just blast it out of the sky. I'll trade over my Dialga or my Palkia. Just bam! Blow it to smithereens! But I want a shiny Murkrow and a shiny Weasel specifically, because then I can be my water type and my flying type. Though I technically don't need a water flying type for this game. I just realized that I don't have HMs in the same way, so I don't actually need them. But I want them, so I'm still gonna hunt for them. Yeah, the transfer Pokemon might not obey because they won't take them yours. Yeah, but like it's up to a certain level depending on the gym leader you beat. Because I think to Gardenia it's level 20, so Palkia probably wouldn't work. But I could probably get another level 20 Pokemon just to one-shot Chansey. I can get a fighting type level 20 Pokemon or something like that. Also, can I just say, crazy that in the original Diamond and Pearl and Platinum, you could only get Lucario from the one egg from Riley. Like, that's the only way you can get Riolu and Lucario, which is insane. But like in the later games, super easy to get them. Like, in fact, Black and White 2, they just gave it to you in round 1. And then they just handed you a Lucario in Gen 6. Like, it's crazy. Maybe they felt bad, but it was like crazy. Lucario is like one of my top favorite Pokemon, but that's because back in the original Gen 4 days, I found it by accident. Went through the whole Riley thing. Usually didn't, but then I decided I was gonna go through it for once. Got the egg and I was like, oh, I wonder what this is. And then I got like a new Pokemon and I was like, oh, this is cool. So I had the guidebook too. So I was like, oh, this is cool Pokemon. I'm gonna try and get it. So I worked hard to like make a bunch of Poffins, make it like me. And then eventually I like walked around a bunch, like all the instructions it said to do, like giving it like the calciums and stuff. I never used them, so I just spammed all of the ones that I had on this Riolu. And then I was heading up to Snow Point City, and I grinded in like, I think it's 214 is the route. I grinded in that route forever to get this up to level 40. And it paid off because it swept everything throughout the rest of the game. And I usually always had trouble with like Cyrus. Didn't have trouble with Cyrus that one time. And I was like, this is awesome. So I really got attached to it because I really worked hard for it. So, true. Any physical fighting type should be fine. Yeah. So, yeah. That's where my love for Lucario stems. My love for Celebi stems from the fact that I got into Pokemon from a Blockbuster rental of the Pokemon movie Pokemon Forever. So I got really attached to Celebi from that because it was cute and it was just, I liked it. First time using Lucario was White 2 as a kid. Ended up boxing my starter because I didn't want to use it and ended up using Lucario as my main mon. That's awesome. Yeah, Lucario's just a cool Pokemon. I know people are like, oh, it's like furry bait, whatever. And I'm like, I don't care. I like it. I'm going to keep using it. Like, I'm not going to use it in that context, but I like it. I have fond memories of it. Weavile was another one that I trained a lot for, so I do have fond memories of Weavile as well. That's another one of my Pokemon that I like a lot. Yeah, same. I think it's my favorite fighting type too. It's just really good. So, I love Shaman too from the Shaman movie. I know people don't like the Shaman in the Shaman movie, and it kind of was a jerk. But as a kid, I thought it was cool and cute, and I didn't care. But as an adult, I'm like, yeah, it was kind of a jerk. So, but I still like Shaman. There's also been other anime Shamans that have been much nicer since then. So, it's not all Shamans. It's just the one that was just a little grouchy. But I do like Shaman. I also like the flower field animation and stuff. I should rewatch the Shaman movie at some point. The movies are actually pretty good. Up to like Gen 5. Gen 6 movies and on were just meh. But the Gen 5 and back movies are really good. I enjoyed them. At least as a kid. A lot of them I haven't rewatched, but I rewatched recently The Temple of the Sea, and it's still just as good and funny as it used to be. I loved that one. It was good. Some of the random villains they made for those movies were just really good. And I just really enjoyed them. Like the Black Rose in Mewtwo Returns. Really good villain. And I wish she showed up in other like episodes and stuff. But she never did. And it was just disappointing. Also, Team Rocket is still the best Pokemon characters. Like, hands down. They're so funny. I love them. And I miss them too. They've got so much content though, so I can't really complain. Beep, 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 beep. I need to rewatch the older Pokemon series. I have seen, because back when Pokemon TV was good, and those who know will know, but I have seen every single episode of Gen 3 and Gen 4 of the anime, and they were very good. So, cannot complain. I've seen a decent bit of the Gen 1 anime, like the very beginning of it, but I have not seen very much, if any at all, really, of Gen 2's anime. Gen 5 I started watching. I hated it. So I stopped watching. I could not stand Iris. Silent is just not as good as Brock. And I feel like they overmilk Silent maybe too much. He was good when he was like not being as goofy. I know he was like trying to be helpful, but they kind of overdid it in my opinion. I think the coolest part of when he was being goofy that felt good and it was good entertainment to watch was when his just random love of trains and his random hate of Purloin. Like they never explain that, and I think that's hilarious. And I wish that they kind of like did more with that rather than been like the Kabasura. Like it just kind of wasn't as good of a trope as the loving the girls kind of thing that Brock had. And just, I never liked Iris. I'm sorry. I just hated the just a kid line. It was just annoying. Like, none of the other girls did that. And it was just like, she acted like she was high and mighty and better. And I will say, in the Journey's anime, I did see her come back and I saw a couple clips and she is much better in the Journey's anime. She has grown up and I appreciate that. But oh my gosh, she was annoying in Gen 5 anime. Also, they really hyped up Ash, Pikachu, and Zekrom in the very beginning of Gen 5's anime, and they never had Zekrom show up again. Bruh. Like, what? Also, Anna was weird in the anime. It was really weird. I don't know. Gen 5 anime just wasn't for me. I saw, like, a little bit, and that was enough. Like, I was like, alright. Bad memory, so I can't remember most of it. Yeah. I don't know. I wasn't really a crazy fan of the original Gen 1 anime, but it wasn't horrible either. Like, I wasn't, like, unbearable to watch like Gen 5 was. I just never really finished it. But it'd be cool to, I think, finish it maybe at some point. I know a lot of people didn't like the whole Tracy arc, so I don't know if that's Gen 2 or not. I think it's Gen 2, so I don't know. But X and Y, a lot of people liked X and Y, and I actually enjoyed X and Y from what I saw. I never finished X and Y anime, but from what I saw, I think that was interesting. I do think they did maybe a little much with Clement and Bonnie, having Bonnie always trying to find a girl for Clement, but then Clement with his inventions thing was actually kind of cool, because some of it was actually kind of fun. But the Bonnie thing maybe was a little much. But they also didn't do it every episode either, though, so that was kind of nice. So they did balance it better. And I think Serena was interesting. And it was, like, emotional at times with how she, like, dealt with her own kind of issues. And I think that was cool. May had a rough start. For those that know, May had a rough start. I do want to see, I don't know if they're going to do that with Liko in the future or whatever, but I was really excited at the beginning of watching Gen 3 because May was originally going to go for gym badges before the contests were introduced to her. And I do think she definitely should have gone with the contest because it really fits her character. But I would love, like, I'm sad they never did this with Ash, but I would love a main character that's a female to go for the gyms, to battle the gym leader for gym badges with the, like, they're like another like male rival or other rival with them to also go for gym badges. Like 2 people going for the gym badges would be really cool, I think, because they can like compete, you know, and see how well they each do in the gyms and stuff. I don't know, I think it'd be interesting. And I was excited that I thought May was going to do that, but then she decided not to. And I was like, ah. But the contests were still cool. I think the contests were at their peak in Gen 4, and then they like didn't touch them again. And I was so sad. Because the other thing with Iris I didn't like, she never really had a purpose. She's like, oh, I'm going to be a dragon master or whatever. But she like never caught any of the dragon types. She caught Amalga, she had Excadrill, and she eventually got Dragonite. But that was it. It was like, she was kind of useless in my opinion. It was just disappointing, and there was just no point to her being there, and she was kind of annoying, and I don't like Iris, I'm sorry. I don't like Gen 5 Iris. Journey's Iris is peak, though. So, but, yeah. So, the contest in the anime looks so cool. I know! Especially in, Gen 4, where they got to have their own outfits for the contest. In Gen 3, when they did the anime contest, it was basically the same thing, not as flashy, and they also didn't have, like, the different outfits and stuff. In Gen 4, they had, like, different outfits. They were really flashy, where they had, like, a beginning part where they showed off, like, the moves and, like, combinations of showing off the Pokemon. And then in, like, the next part was, like, a battle part where you just try to battle each other and beat each other. But it wasn't about beating them. It was about showing off who looks the best with their Pokemon in that limited time period. Or point period. And it was so cool. I think the Gen 4 contest were so interesting to watch. That's what made me love Gen 4. It was awesome. You rooted for Dawn a lot. And some of the other like rivals were interesting. And it was just cool. Like not all the like a lot of the rivals in Gen 3 were just enemies or weirdos. Gen 4, there was a lot of friends that Dawn made. Like Dawn made like a new friend with Zoe. She had an old friend with the boy kid that I don't remember his name. He had the Primplup. But she had friends she was competing against, not just rivals. She had rivals, but she had friends too, which May didn't have. And I think that's super cool. And Gen 4 like contest anime was peak. Now, they kind of did something similar with the showcases for Serena, which was cool, but they didn't do it to the same extent that the Gen 4 contest did. And I think the Gen 4 contests were just better. I love how we're getting into like more battle simulator kind of games for like more anime style battles in the games for like ZA and stuff. So I know we're kind of out of Gen 4 and we're in Gen 6. I kind of think if they did the showcases in Gen 6, which maybe that was no, that's a battle. They did the showcases in Gen 6, that'd be so cool. And they didn't really show the contest the same with Serena, I don't remember in Journeys, but I don't know. Gen 4 contests were just so cool. And they were peak. Combat system in ZA looks so good. Can't wait to actually do it. Me too. It's like a combination of like the regular turn-based system, but also Legends Arceus. And I think that's really cool. And I'm really excited to like use it. I take a hydration break. Water. All right. My voice is getting tired. We still have like an hour and 10 minutes till midnight. Which I'm gonna keep going until midnight because I want to see if I can get it on spring. First day of spring. But Yeah, I'm excited for ZA. I think there's a lot of cool things about it. Some people are just not as interested in it because it's so different, which I can get, but I'm excited personally. So, woo! I ended up hydrating. Also, I haven't drank any water since we were talking about hydration earlier. Yeah, I started feeling like my throat getting sore because I've been talking so much. But I was like, oh, maybe I should like take a drink. Ugh. Sorry, I had to blow my nose. Okay, my feet are also falling asleep again. I'm gonna have to uncross the legs. Woo. Ba, ba, ba. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Bum 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 bum. Rum bum bum. Rum bum bum. I always go a super long time sitting with my legs tucked in. When I end up straining them, my knees always hurt so much. Yeah. Gotta be on top of it. We're gonna get the shiny. I believe. I believe. We're gonna get the shiny. I believe. I believe. Shiny. So shiny. Let's get the shiny. Soon. Please. And thank you. Ugh. Turtle, turtle, where are you? Turtle, turtle, where are you? Shiny turtle, where are you? I want to get a shiny Magikarp in Scarlet and Violet one day. I think that'd be cool. Because it looks really pretty in Scarlet and Violet. So, maybe think a cool shiny. I think we'll get to 340 and then I'll take a quick break. I don't know if I did. I don't know. I intend to go for the level 100 shiny Magikarp at Violet at some point. I've seen some people doing that hunt. It looks a lot of fun. So. Do you think the other Turtwig is like getting in the way? Should we hide the other Turtwig for these last 3 encounters before I take a quick break? Maybe we'll get it in this like moment. Maybe the other, maybe regular Turtwigs just bit it in the way. Who knows? Can't you go for it with the Destiny mark? Oh, that'd be cool. The Destiny mark you can only get on your birthday, right? I tried to get a Destiny mark shiny on my birthday, but I only got a shiny Psyduck without a mark. So I still got a shiny Psyduck though. So I was really happy because I got a shiny Psyduck. I was also playing the game outside. So like it was really hard to see the screen and I was really impressed I saw it because I was in like the ice like mountain like biome and stuff. But I got it. So I have a duck. He's named Blue Duck. Not a very creative name, but I'm very happy with my Blue Duck. A Blue Ducky. I've always wanted to get shiny Psyduck, so I was really happy I got it. I like Psyduck shiny. I love Psyduck shiny. I wish Gold Duck was gold for its shiny. That's like a missed opportunity. They could have done it like the gold, like regular Psyduck's colors, and then kept the red on its beak. That would have been cool. But alas, that is not what we received. Such a nice shade of blue. It is like a really pretty baby blue. Like, it's really cute. I hope they make... I know that they were focusing on doing like the sitting cuties and stuff, but I hope they make more shiny Pokemon merch, like shiny Pokemon plushies in the future. Maybe they could do like a poll or something on Twitter or whatever for like, what shinies are like some of the best. I know they've done a few in the past. Like, obviously I have a shiny Celebi plush next to me, so yeah. But... And they've done like shiny Rayquaza and stuff, but I want some of the regular shinies. Like shiny Psyduck is a good one. Shiny Shinx would be cool. I don't know. Some of them they could really do, and it would be really cute. Golduck shiny is so bad in comparison. Yeah, it's sad. They've also done like I think shiny Mega Gengar. I think as a plush before. If I'm not wrong. Yeah. They could do some better. I love the lake theme. Pretty. Encountered Starly. I'm gonna have to farm some herba in the next few months. I already know I'm gonna have to go through a ton on my birthday. Yeah, probably. The nice thing is you can reset the clock back to your birthday too if it like takes more than one day. So that's nice. I had a lot of trouble finding Pokemon with a mark at all. Is there like a sandwich boost that helps you find more marked Pokemon? Or is that not a thing? Yeah, that's true, but I won't do that. Yeah, I had to do that because I learned about it like the day after, so I just reset it back one day and I was like, yeah, it's okay. Still works. Here's a sandwich boost for marks. It's Tidal Power. Oh. Maybe I should go for a Tidal Power sandwich next time. I will say, marks are weird. Like, it's hard to tell. Like, I kept checking for mine if they had a mark. And then it's like, oh, they don't have a mark. But you have to click on it, and then it shows you the mark. But it gives you the option to click on it. It's like, I don't know. I wish it would just show you the mark. Like, you're not going to get more than one mark. Just show the mark. Why do I have to click on it? See what the mark is. Just show it. Like, you know. I don't know. All right. Last one, and then I'm gonna take a quick break. Take a 5-minute break. Then we'll come back and we'll go for the next hour. So Yeah. No twig of turt. Alright, I'll play this so you just don't see stare at my home screen. You can just see the loading screen. But I shall be right back. A shiny Altaria with a cloudy mark is just perfection. That's awesome. That is perfect. Yuri. I am back and has brought a snack. I brought Fig Newtons. Welcome back. Yeah, thanks. I now has a snack. Yummy. Oh, I forgot to get rid of welcome back. Hold. There you go. Be right back. You know what I mean. I like my model can see how I'm like chewing. It's like That's cool. It has no snack, but at least I have Latias Resents and entertainment. Aw, I appreciate that. You will get this golden Latias, I believe. And it will be so cool. It will indeed be very cool. It will. If you're in the Discord, you should post it in the Discord when you get it. I would love to see it. I'm curious what you'll name it. There's like a game section, I think. So you can post it in there. Or in general. Probably won't give it a name. That's fair too. I don't really nickname a lot of Pokemon. I've been doing it recently, but I really didn't in the beginning for a while. I kind of just like the regular names. Pop, pop, beep, pop, pop. I've only nicknamed a few Pokemon. Same. I feel like some of them, it's like, it comes to your mind and you're like, that's the perfect name. And you just roll with it. So, interesting fact about Turtwig that I find is very precious. My brother, I tried to get him into Pokemon when he was like 8 years old. He was really little. And I tried to get him into Platinum. He picked, actually, he might have been younger than that. But he picked Turtwig and he named it I guess he didn't really know how to use the nickname function or something, and so he named it only I and then hit the submit, and he's like, oh well. So I ended up showing him where the name rater was so we can change it, and I was like, what could we change it to? I'm like trying to think of things that start with I that work, and so we ended up naming it Island. And so that Turtwig was named Island. And it was like one of my little brother's favorite Pokemon. Apparently his favorite Pokemon right now is Chatot, which is random, but still interesting. He also loves, as a young kid, he caught a Tropius too in the Great Marsh, and he nicknamed it Banana Must because that's as far as you can get with the characters, but it stands for Banana Mustache, even though it's a beard technically, not a mustache, but that's what he called it. So it's been a joke too, because we go like, oh look, Banana Mustache. So I have Anguish, the shiny Skeledirge, Melancholy, the shiny Fiona, Dread, the shiny Heatran, Lament, the shiny Guzzlord. I think that's all. Oh man. I feel like there's a recurring theme here. I'm not sure it's good. But the shiny Guzzlord is super cool because that shiny is one of the coolest shinies that I've seen. Yeah, you might be right. We have Anguish, Melancholy, Dread, and Lament. It's not a great theme there. Hope you're okay, lol. Oh my. Wild Starly and a Turtwig. Oh, it's plain. We run it back. Yeah, I'm perfectly fine. Well, that's good. We're here to be happy. Always. And if we are sad, we kick the sadness away. We punt it to the moon. Or the sun. Whatever works for you. It'd be easier to punt to the moon, though, because you'd be able to look at the moon. It'd be hard to look at the sun directly. But if you punt it to the sun, it burns up in the sun. It doesn't really burn up in the moon. It just gets crashed into a rock. So, up to you. Those specific ones just went way over odds. Really? Oh. Then I can see why. That's crazy. I'm so glad they changed the 8,000 to 4,000 because 8,000 is ridiculous. 4,000 is at least a little reasonable. Skeletor took over 1,300 eggs. With Masuda, Fiona took 1,881, and Heatran and Guzzler took 2 weeks each. Wow. Hats off to you though. That's impressive. I am nothing compared to you, sir. I am just basically getting started since like the Switch games on my own shiny game. Basically since Legends Arceus. I didn't really have any interest in them until Legends Arceus. Well, maybe a little bit of interest when the Dynamax Switch came out, but it was also like 15 minutes per like reset. And I was like, nah, not really feeling that, especially when you were doing it by yourself. Because raids back then, you're by yourself, not fun. But they kind of changed it up. Now the NPCs are not gosh darn awful. They're not crazy helpful, but they're not gosh darn awful either. There's one other shiny I have that I would name if I could. The Partner Cat Pikachu from QR Code Ultra Sun. Oh yeah, I got that too. I wanted to get the Gen 4 one, but I missed out. I got the Gen 5, I think, one. Which isn't bad, but still. Next one for sure. Megan says it's gonna be this one. That's what she says. Let's see if she's right. Hamna. Well, I hope so. Shiny Hunted, I think it took 3 weeks. There's 25 to 26k resets. Wow. Yeah, that's crazy. I definitely think that if you start to get it really high on those numbers, especially since you clearly are just going without the numbers, I think I probably would have like lost my mind. I just watched John Stone in one of his shiny hunting videos of Gen 4. And how he got shiny Fiona in like nearly 4,000 eggs. And that's ridiculous. It's insane. And just seeing his descent into madness for it, because I watched it live too. It was crazy. Like, wow. I could name it, it'd be called Void, because it felt like absolutely nothing when I got it. Aww. It's weird that they didn't allow you to nickname it, but I guess you weren't really allowed to nickname any of the mystery gift Pokemon back then. Because I got, like, one of the mystery gift events they would do sometimes were, like, the Japanese Pokemon. I think they gave out a Japanese Celebi, I think, for Heart Gold, Soul Silver. and I got it, but I wanted to nickname it to the English so I could read the English, not the Japanese. But it wouldn't let me, so I was like, dang. I wish you could at least translate it rather than just do that, but I guess they wanted to know it's special or whatever, but is what it is. Johnson's simply built different than how much he shiny hunts for his videos. He is. It's so fun to watch though. I love like, if I don't have a show I'm watching, I'll have probably his video or his like stream in the background. It's a very easy stream to just have in the background. Some of the things he talks about though is just so random, but I'm enjoying his like shiny hunt videos and stuff. With him just getting, I love also seeing like the number in his description just get higher. It's very satisfying to my brain. I love like checklists and stuff and checking things off lists. I'll purposely make an easy checklist just like check things off because it's satisfying to check things off. So, yeah. I really like that kind of aesthetic that he does. But yeah, some of the hunts that he does, trying to get like the experience for it, like I would never do because that's crazy. But hats off to him because he does an amazing job. Also, like learning that some of his videos, like not just the shiny hunting itself taking months, but some of the videos, just the way that, like the fact that he edits them himself and all that, that's insane. But hats off to him because he does a great job. Also, there's another creator, Neo here, who's like one of the managers for like PM7 stuff. He's been doing a shiny living dex and he's really close. Actually, he's like 5, 7 or so Pokemon away from completing the entire living dex. He's not doing a form dex, but he's doing the entire living dex. He's not doing a form dex mostly because of Deoxys, because it took him like months to get Deoxys. But his streams are also pretty interesting. He's currently trying to get Jirachi. Oh, hi Trix! Thank you so much for the raid! Thank you, thank you. Remember, didn't he do a Shiny Professor Oak's challenge and let's go? Yes, he did. That was insane. Trickster takeover with a touch of Trix being adorable and cute. This is an interesting message. What is the context here? Did you enjoy Xenoblade X Chronicles? I was lurking. Did you enjoy it? Was it fun? Did you have a good time? My mod did this. Well, apparently you also did it yourself, so I loved it so much. That's good. That's good. I'm glad. I made the raid messages and I think everyone loved it. That's good, Silver. That's good. Oh, I'm attacking with the wrong Turtwig. I'm getting distracted. I've been waiting 9 years for that remake. No, I get it. There's several games like that I've been waiting years for a remake for. Like, so there's this series called the Fate series. I'm not crazy into it, but it is cool. I enjoyed the movies and stuff that they've made of it. So they made like a show called Fate Last Encore, which doesn't make sense if you watch it once. You have to really watch it twice. It's kind of like Steins Gate. You have to really watch it twice to really understand what's going on. But it's based on the original game. So which makes it cool, because I looked this up after, is it's basically if you as the player didn't win the final battle, what happened to like this world or whatever if the player loses, which is a cool concept if you think about it. And it turned out really cool. But I've never played the original game because the original game was like on the PSP. Like, so they talked about making a remake of it back in like 2018. We still have heard no word since then. So I want to play the game because I would love to have the original experience of the show that I really like. But Blech. We'll see if we ever get that game. The face here is amazing. I should rewatch it at some point. I really enjoyed it. It's a little dark. A lot dark. But still pretty good. Can't wait for our collab with Pokemon. It's gonna be so much fun. It will be so much fun. I'm so excited to play Pokemon Platinum with you. Like brain farted there. What the heck? Yeah, we're just shiny hunting Turtwig. We're trying to get it today because it's the first official day of spring, but we'll see. I'm gonna try and do it for about another 40 minutes. We'll see if we get to 400. I don't think we'll get to 400, but the plushie's almost funded. I was so happy. I love that it's also at 69%. I think that's funny, but I think that's really cute. I have that plushie, Tricks. That's why I suggested it. It's my favorite. I actually have a defect on it too. Like one of the spikes actually got sewn in, and I thought about fixing it, but I'm like, but it's kind of cute. Like not perfect. I have $15 more left. I think, oh, that's cool. I hope you get it. It's super adorable. It is like one of my favorite sitting cuties ever. Like that I've gotten. They're just the sitting cuties line is just really cute, but Garantina altered form is fantastic. So I'll name it Kate just for you. Aw, you don't have to, but I appreciate that. You'll have to show it off when you get it. Megan got me a Totodile plush that came in the mail the other day. It's super big, but it's like a sleeping Totodile plush, so he's just curled up and sleeping, and it's so cute. My dog tried to eat it, but I didn't let him. But it's so cute. Yeah, I'm glad you had fun with Xenoblade. I don't really know what Xenoblade is, but you were having a lot of fun, so I was just really happy. I was lurking a lot. Actually was lurking the whole time. I had you on the background like the whole time. The one in the cutie I have is Weavile and I love it so much. I have the Weavile one too. I got both of those like when they came out. I love them both. I love the little claws on Weavile. It's another really good one. Something about Garantina, because Garantina has been one of my like big favorites because Platinum was my first game. So Garantina is really nostalgic for me. So it really is like something else for me. It makes me really happy. I heard good things about Xenoblade. Probably never gonna play it myself though. I probably won't either, but like I still appreciate when other people are really happy about a game they've been waiting on for like ever, you know? Like in the same retrospect, people that have been waiting for Pokemon Z forever are now getting ZA and are ecstatic. So I appreciate when people are excited. Oh, Silver, thank you so much for the follow. Now we're one away from 250 on Twitch. Button. Hit the button. Hit the follow button. Hit the subscribe button if you're on YouTube. Hit the notification bell if you want. You know. I know some people are like, hit the notification bell. I'm like, nah, you can hit it if you want. I don't like spam a lot, and like a lot of times like there'll be extra stuff or like all that stuff, and I'm like, nah, I don't have the YouTube notifications on. I've never really had YouTube notifications on, so I don't blame you guys if you don't have it on. But join the Discord if you'd like. You can turn on notifications for Twitch if you'd like, but it's up to you. Entirely up to you. But hit the follow button, hit the subscribe button. It's free. And you can freely opt out of notifications. I saw bits when my brother was playing it. Did like how the combat looked. Just a lot of RPGs. Yeah. Little old man Charmander likes to hit shiny buttons. Silver, this is an interesting question actually for you, because you clearly like Silver the Hedgehog because that's kind of what your like Fugi is and everything. If Silver the Hedgehog had one Pokemon, like as a partner, who do you think it would be? And why? I'm very interested to hear this. Because I love Silver the Hedgehog. Like, out of all my favorite, like, hedgehogs for the guys, Shadow and Silver are awesome. For the girls, I like Rouge, Amy, and Blaze. Blaze I like a lot. I love Blaze. Blaze I think is my favorite. Then I think Rouge and Amy I think are tied. But Silver and Shadow I think are tied. Silver really peaked with some of the old Archie comics. There was like a whole Archie comic where like Silver was in his past and he was like fighting against like Enerjack or something. And it was insane. He's like throwing buildings and islands, and it's like really seeing him at like full power was sick. Shadow and Silver, my favorites as well. Yeah, I just love when they're not just like, I don't know, when they go all out, they're just super cool. Back in the day, I always played as Silver and Sonic Riders. Oh wow, I never played Sonic Riders. I never had whatever system it was on, or if I think it was GameCube, right? If it was, I didn't get GameCube access until way later on the Wii, and I only had like 1 or 2 games, so I didn't have a chance to do it, but I love Silver and Blaze. I have a Silver and Blaze plush from like Great Eastern Entertainment or something. I got off Amazon like when they came out. I've always wanted one when they made new ones in recent years, and I got one. I was so happy. I love them. But I love Silver. Silver's goated. Silver's underrated. I hope they make a new like Sonic 06 kind of game, because Silver needs to be in another game because he was cool. Sonic Rush was a really good classic game that I loved because you could play as Sonic, or you could play as like the girl Sonic basically, but with flames, because that's cool. I loved it. Sonic Rush also has some of the best music. I love Sonic Rush. And then Sonic Rush Adventure was goofy but fun. So. Silver is goated. So. I wonder if Silver will be playable in a new Sonic racing game. I'm sure he will be. He was in like I think the original, wasn't he? And like Sonic and Sega All-Stars Racing, wasn't he in the game? Because Blaze was. Was Silver in the game? I think he was. In the first one. I don't remember about the second. I don't know this. I've never played the second one. I think the second one was like on the Wii U or something. Let's look it up. Metal Sonic was in there. I forgot about Metal Sonic. Shadow I knew was in there. Sonic. Hey man, some of these guys I have no idea who they are. Can't recall. Never played that one. That was the first one. It was on the Wii. I know Blaze was, because I remember playing with the purple car that Blaze had. Maybe it was Amy? Sonic, Tails, Amy, Dr. Eggman, and Shadow are all that I see. Also, them using Shadow's actual bike from, like, canon. Sick idea, personally. I missed it. Is it actually? It's not shiny. Dang it. Let me see Sonic Racing. Sonic Team Racing is what it was called. Sonic like All-Stars had a lot more Sega characters though than Sonic characters. So maybe this Team Racing is what I'm thinking of. Okay, I don't need the story. I just need the characters. Oh no, it wasn't. Silver was in Team Racing, so it was Blaze. Because there was Sonic, Eggman, Blaze, Shadow, Metal Sonic, the Chows for some reason. Zorak, that weird bad guy or whatever. Silver, Knuckles, Amy, Big the Cat, Tails, Vector, Rouge, and Omega. Some of those characters are weird. They could have picked other options, but okay. Someone on Reddit said, here's what they think the Just showing pictures of what they think will be the racing teams. They're gonna include the Forces guy. I don't know about that one. I also don't know about Mighty and Ray. I think that would be cool, but those very old characters. Having the Babylon Rogues would be cool, and all the Team Chaotix would be cool. Team Hooligan, I don't see happening. I don't see them making Metal Knuckles or Tails at all in there. Having a whatever the bad guy in Forces, whatever his name was, in there would be cool. Having Chaos at Takao would be cool, and Marine would be cool too. But I don't know. We'll see what they do. But yeah, I think with Silver being in the last one, he'll probably be in this new one. So I think there's pretty much guaranteed that Silver will be in this new racing game. So I am not worried. Well, hopefully we'll have a better character roster for the new game. Probably. I think it'll be a lot more. I think that's what they'll do. If I ever get a DS capture card, I will replay Sonic Rush for you guys on stream. I will do that. Because I love Sonic Rush. I have so many memories of like, because when you're a kid, you bring like, you know, your parents want to go out to a restaurant or whatever, so you bring your DS with you. Because you're not just going to sit around and talk to your parents at the restaurant. You're going to be on your DS. I believe I played Sonic Rush once. Yeah, it's so good. It was like, I think it was, I don't remember if it was before or after Sonic 06, but it had the same kind of aspect where you could play different storylines with different characters, which is cool. I think it was before Sonic 06 because Blaze was in Sonic 06, and it's like, I think Sonic Rush was Blaze's debut. So but Sonic Rush was just so fun. I just have so many memories of like going with my cousin or even going with my brothers to like a restaurant or something because parents wanted to go out for a restaurant and brought in the DS and we played like Sonic Rush and we'd pass around and try and beat the boss together or see who got the best time beating the boss. It was so much fun. Yeah, I have fond memories of Sonic characters when I was little. I did enjoy the comics every once in a while, so. Never was into the older ones, but never was really into the other characters they introduced in the comics, either like Julie Sue and Sally and stuff was just But I like the original like Ken and cast. I think that was what I enjoyed the most. They did Silver dirty a few times in the comics, though. But he started getting redemption later on. Haven't played a Sonic game in so long. I only played Generations recently, but I want another game with Silver in it that isn't just like a side character. I think it'd be cool to have Silver as like a bigger part. He did have a decent part in Forces. You couldn't battle him or play as him or anything, but he did have like a decent like he was in the story a lot in Forces, which is cool. So I do appreciate that. Maybe I'll play Forces on stream one day. That could be interesting. Maybe I'll have chat customize the character. Last kind of game I played was Forces. Even then, I almost forgot about it. I actually enjoyed Forces a lot. I think the coolest thing about forces, when you're playing as your own like custom character, I do wish they kind of did the customization a little better, but aside from that, I loved like the grapple wire. That was just a neat feature, and it was fun to use in the game. It made you kind of like act like Sonic, but differently. And it was almost like a vigilante kind of like feel, and I think that was really cool. So I did like that feature. I think that was cool. A lot of people didn't like Forces. I thought Forces was actually a decently good game. I enjoyed playing through the game. Didn't really have any complaints. Now, Frontiers I never played. I didn't play Frontiers. I often forget Frontiers is an actual game that Sega like released. But people, I heard mixed reviews on Frontiers, so I never like played it. Yeah, Forces wasn't bad. I also like that there was a DLC that you can get Shadow, so you can play a Shadow in the first like level or two. That was cool. I got to do that, and that was fun. But now you can have like a whole set of levels for like Shadow Generations, which is awesome. Haven't played Shadow Generations yet. I plan to play that on the stream, but I want to set a good day because I want to see if I can get it all done in one day, like a big 6-hour stream. But I have to find a good day to do that. I don't really have a good day for that yet. But before that, we must find a shiny Turtwig. I believe we will find this Turtwig. The green lad, the green boy, the tiny little turtle boy, lad, man, turtle thing. There's no way I get it now. Yeah, knew that was no shot. Yeah, you'll find it for sure, just a matter of when. Yeah. Hopefully when is soon. Indeed, soon is always the best form of when, for sure. The best hope of when, at least. Pokemon, what's going on? Nope, that's not what I meant to do. I meant to hit yes. Oh wait, that was the wrong button. Whoops. Trying to like reset it. I was like, what am I doing? Wrong button. know, I wonder how old Lucas and or Dawn is in this game as they're like assisting Professor Oak. Because I doubt that they're just 10 years old and just like, yeah, I'm like the professor's assistant. Blah, blah, blah. Yada, yada, yada. I feel like at least he's got to be 15, right? 12 wouldn't make sense. Honestly, if I'm being 100% honest, even in the anime, they are not portraying their characters as 10. Like, they're portraying their characters as like 15. They act like they're 15, not like they're 10. Like, they know too much shit. Unless they're like... I never thought about how old they are. I mean, they're supposed to be 10. But like, if you've ever been around a 10-year-old, nah. There's no way that they're 10 years old, actually. Maybe, well, I don't know. Because when you think of like a 12-year-old, like you still think rather young. A 10-year-old is like, yeah, pretty young. And then you think 15 is like, oh, a little more mature. But like, some of the characters in the anime, they don't act like they're 10 years old. Should we go night mode? For a little bit? Maybe we'll night mode will attract the shiny a little bit more. Night mode. Bam. Yeah, it doesn't add up. It doesn't add up. I want to be set free from the shiny Turtwig. Please set me free, game. Not that desperate yet, but I still want to be set free. Imagine I say this and the shiny Starly shows up. I'm gonna be so mad if that happens. Okay, well, we're free on the shiny Starly, and it's not a shiny Starly. But it is not a tiny Turtwig either. What? No, I hate X. Don't jinx yourself. At this point, I want to see some kind of shiny just to know it's real. That all this isn't for nothing. That I'm not just losing my mind. Oh goodness, it's already 15 minutes till midnight. How many resets can we do? Probably 10, I think, more. Get to 365. Call it a night. It's about 100 resets we did in like 4 hours. That's crazy. Okay, probably won't get to 65 then. But that's close to 100 resets. Because we started at 277 today. Crazy. Nah, come on, Turtwig. These resets take way too long. Mine or yours? Because in my mind, both. Both take too long. Both, yeah, both. For those in chat who don't know, Fang is looking for a shiny Latias. So we're wishing him luck too. If anyone else is hunting, you guys gotta let me know. I'd love to hear what you guys are hunting. We can hunt together as a group. Bring shiny luck for everybody. Actually, I want to see if this works if I'm doing this live. Not sure if this will work, but we're gonna find out. I want the shiny Turtwig. No luck. Dorn. Not sure if to turn the counter up. Oh, thank you so much for the follow, Ken Bush. Thank you so much for the follow. Thank you. Thank you. We're at 250 on Twitch. Hooray! Thank you so much. All right, let's see if this works. All right, I created a new channel point redeem. I don't know if it should show up for you guys. Yeah. It's bright green. Give shiny hook. Congrats on 250. Thank you so much. I'm glad we hit a good milestone. Yeah, now you got a fun redeem that's give shiny luck. You could donate shiny luck with channel points. So, help boost the luck. Boost the luck, boost the luck. Shiny luck. Pa-pow. We're gonna find a shiny. We're gonna find a shiny. We're gonna nail the shiny. We're gonna love the shiny. I need a name for him. He's kind of Stubby in a cute way. Maybe we'll name him Stubby. Green Stub. Baby Green. Hydrate real quick while it loads. Blech. 357. I eventually need to hunt 2 more shiny Turtwig, I believe. Oof. Well. You could probably do it in Scarlet Violet and be a lot faster. Like, if it wasn't for the fact that I want it to be the starter, like, then, yeah, I would just rather do it in Scarlet Violet. If I intend on the other 2 in Violet, if I ever actually feel like loading up Violet again. I've actually been kind of craving going back into Violet again, so I'm the opposite. Been upset with my 3DS hunt for the past long while. I mean, that's fair. You're like in the grind and you're just going for it, so I get it. It is. I will say, I've been pulling up my DS and playing some of my old games again, like Mario and Luigi Bowser's Inside Story and Pokemon X and Y and a bunch of other old games. And I will say, it's so nice. The Switch can never compare to the format or the form of the DS. The DS just sits so nicely in your hand. The Switch is still very bulky. The Switch Lite is better, for sure. The Switch Lite is definitely much better. But the 3DS and the DS were just peak. And yeah, they're just awesome. Well, I'm happy we're moving forward so we can have a more high processing device. If we ever get to a point where we can do like another like small like DS like a device again, 100%. We'd love like another DS kind of system. Or like if they make like a future Switch, like or like Switch upgrade or whatever the system is, maybe have like instead of being like a Switch Lite kind of handheld, they have like an alternate handheld which is like a DS shape. That would be cool. Sometime early this year, I ended up loading up Pokemon Y to shiny hunt a pair of Pumpkaboo in the Friend Safari. I haven't shiny hunted in the Friend Safari before, so I kind of want to try. I don't have a lot of friends in the Friend Safari, but I still want to try with what I have. I think that would be cool. I've heard Friend Safari hunts are actually really good odds, too. So, like 1 in 512 or something. So, I want to try it. I'm willing to try it. So, I tried hunting for Pumpkaboo last October in Sword and Shield, and I wasn't getting it. I didn't get lucky. I didn't get it. I did so many resets. I was like at 60. No, I was over 100. I think I was at 160 or something. 168 or something. I was cranking on the resets for a while. Yep, 1 in 512. That's awesome. I think that's without charm, right? Or is it different with charm for Friend Safari? Yeah, didn't get lucky on the Pumpkaboo, but maybe I'll try again later. That's with a shiny charm too, by the way. Charm doesn't affect Friend Safari. It's set 512. That's awesome. I might have to go back in my Pokemon X and play that. I haven't completed my Y. I started over because my brother wanted to play with me because he's never played X and Y, and so I got him in Pokemon X. And we've been playing together, so. I'm not very far in. I'm like I just finished the power plant. That's where I'm at. So, not very far into Y. So, yeah, I guess it's about half, I guess. Because you're about to be at Lumio City again. But I would love to try the Friend Safari with my X completed game. That'd be cool. Main reason I need this Pumpkaboo was I was technically failed a shiny Gorgeist 2 years ago in Dynamax Ventures. Oh, that's so sad. Turtwig. because I ended up getting a double shiny and you only take one of the common mods. Oh, you got a double. What was the other one you got? I'm curious to what you picked over the shiny Gorgeist. Because shiny Gorgeist is a good shiny. Did you get the legendary? I forget it was Solgaleo or Nulanalo. Oh, then yeah, I would totally pick the legendary over that. Especially since it's less harder to get. But it was one of them. That's cool. I love when I readjust in my chair. It just sees me going like all over the place. So silly. 5 minutes till midnight. I don't think we can get 5 runs in. I think probably get like 2, but we'll still go to 365. But enough, I got a double shiny in the other. Really? That's cool. I haven't gotten a shiny in Dynamax Adventures. I want to get a shiny in Dynamax Adventures. That's gonna be cool, but I don't know. I have not gotten lucky in Dynamax Adventures. And some people I've seen, like, it takes a lot of, like, they just didn't get lucky at all. And I was like, oh no. Because I know it's 1 in 100, but you still have to go through 15 minutes of resets, basically. And it's like, wow. And it's not something you just, like, click mindlessly. You still have to, you have to actually pay attention, so. But Dynamax Adventures have such good odds. 1 in 100 with Charm, yeah. I didn't have Charm when I got the, because I got the DLC with my Shield version, when my Sword version had the Shiny Charm. Still haven't gotten the DLC for it, but I think I might, just because I want to have the chance to. Yeah, 15 minutes is a while. Yeah. This will probably be the last reset before midnight. The last reset of the first day of spring. Shiny Turtwig, please. Make this a really cool shiny day. Will we get the boy? Hmm? Hmm? I'm in the dock here. Sorry, that was so stupid. I'm in the dock here. Let me out. Let me into the light. Free me! Okay. I want Turtwig. And only Turtwig. I want the grass lad. The grassy lad. The lad of grass. Ready, set. Ready, set. Flashbang. Maybe not. Meant to do that. Or not. What the heck? Why is the button not working? There you go. Sorry, flashbang. Maybe we can get squeeze one. No, there's no way. We got 1 minute. There's no way. It takes a minute 40 for it. This one? You think this one? All right, we'll see. This one. It'll be right after midnight. We'll see. We'll see if it's the one. Did it hit the plus? I don't think I did. Megan believes. Let's see. Give shiny luck. Thank you, Fang. Oh, it says services redeem shiny luck. So I should probably just change it to say just shiny luck rather than give shiny luck. Because then it'd be like so-and-so redeem shiny luck. Maybe, no, I don't know. What is better? I don't know. It is midnight officially. It is no longer the first day of spring. Sag. It's alright. Bum, 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 bum. We got the teal flames We got hopefully the teal shiny. We got the teal ears, the teal eyes, like the teal tassel, like the teal like cheek marks and facial marks. Like, come on, shiny Turtwig. We need you. We also got the flower theme, which is very floral and nature-like, which is what you are. Double shiny luck. Let's see it. Oh, okay. Dang. Dang. Oh, it's okay. We'll still do 2 more resets. 3 more resets. Yeah. We'll get to 165 or 365. Boo. I know. It's all right. We'll keep working at it. He'll come eventually. Maybe we need to invite his Turtwig friend back. The double Turtwigs. Let him out. It will, I believe. It'll come. It has to come eventually. Like, eventually. Hopefully soon, but eventually. Free and game free release him to Kate. Even if you don't get it before midnight tonight, that won't change the joy of when it does shine. That's true. I mean, it's already past midnight, so it is what it is. But I'm gonna go till I have the marker at 365, and then I think I'll end for the night and get some sleep. Cause I am starting to get tired. And I've been doing this for 4 hours, so my fingers are getting tired. And my voice is getting tired. But I had a lot of fun with you guys. This is so much fun. I love just chatting with you guys and hanging out. So, I've been having a lot of fun. Let's see who we're gonna raid later. Maybe someone else is shiny hunting this late. Gosh, I didn't realize it's been 4 hours. It's been 4 hours, I know. Like, it's been a little while. Did I hit that? I don't know. Whatever. Actually, while they're doing these last 3 resets, I'm gonna see who's up and who's shiny hunting. Oh, well, that's not what I wanted. Give shiny luck, give shiny luck. Thank you so much. Megan. What? Alright, but. Oh, hey, there's someone doing a birthday stream, doing a Destiny Mark hunt for Roaring Moon. I think we'll raid them. That'll be fun. We'll give him a nice happy birthday. See if we can get his Roaring Moon. It's been 4 hours of just resetting the Shiny Turtwig. Yep, it's been 4 hours just resetting for the Shiny Turtwig. And we have not been lucky so far today, so it's alright though. Doing our best. Alright, we're doing this one last reset. This is the one for real, for real. Are you sure some mons aren't shiny luck? This is not shiny luck. I know this for sure. But yeah, we've checked. We know for sure it's not shiny luck. So no need to worry. All right. Last reset of the day. Summoning shiny turtle. Wild, yeah, wild. But yeah, some people, it's taken like a long time for this reset. I mean, this reset takes a long time. It takes like a minute, almost 2 minutes basically for each reset. So it takes a while. But it is what it is. I'll just be thankful when we're done with this because it'll be no more crazy cutscenes. Like, it'll be easier. Loki kind of sounds like torture. It's not really that bad. Like, it's not like torture. So, all right. We're at 365. That's how many days there are in a year. We have done that many resets. That's crazy, but that's fun. So I am going to head out for the night. I'm going to have a good sleep. I'm going to send you over to Koa E4. It's his birthday, and he's shiny hunting for Roaring Moon, for a Destiny mark. Roaring Moon. Shiny Roaring Moon. Shiny Roaring Moon with a Destiny mark. Wow, that's a mouthful. So yeah, we're going to send you over there and hope you give him some nice birthday wishes. And yeah, hang out with him. So be nice, have fun. Copy the raid message here in chat if you would like. And have a good time. I will see you guys next time. Bye-bye!